now.
Good evening. Welcome back, everyone, to session 3. For people who listen in, please, if you could, like, comment, subscribe, leave some comments down below, boost that algorithm and whatnot. And we're going to go right into tonight's session where we left off, where the old crew is sleeping down below in their own little section, away from the rest of Balric's crew. Rose was awoken in the middle of the night with a dagger pressed to her throat, as she saw a familiar face looking at him. Talk, and you're dead. Get up and come with me.
I stand up slowly and follow him.
DM.
What?
Where are they? Oh, okay. Is that area over there where they're sleeping?
Yes.
Okay. Why is them? Hang on a second. My map is doing weird stuff. Okay, go ahead.
He leads you down a stairway. And when you go to the stairway, it's total darkness. Even regular dark vision that you feel like wouldn't work down here. And he shoves you into the darkness, and you hear a giant thud as you see nothing. And even the steps that led up are completely gone. And then a light flashes, and there is a table with playing cards and 2 chairs, and he's sitting in one of the chairs as he glares. Have a seat.
See?
Now you may speak. As he starts
Zerg.
dealing a hand.
Is it really you?
The one and only.
I can't believe it. You're alive.
He puts a hand in front of you and he holds up the cards. Do you have any 4s?
I look through my cards. Go fish.
Damn.
Do you have any 3s?
He puts down 2 3s.
I put down my 2 3s.
I will give you 1 chance to leave before I kill them. Do you have any 5s?
Here's 1.
Thank you.
Don't have the second one. Why do you want to kill them?
I was brought back for a contract. That was part of the deal.
Who are you killing in particular?
Well, he puts down a card. I'm going to kill your husband.
I figured that.
Verkon is just a side bonus. They have no beef with you yet.
Who exactly are they?
You know better. We can't talk about who employs us, especially who can't bring us back from the dead.
Do you know how they got that scroll?
Yes.
You
James
know
was
the
a good
entire
man for
story.
giving it to him.
Oh, no. I never purchased it. He tricked it out of my father's hand. It was meant for me.
I know.
Bastard.
I've been watching all of you since you slit my throat. I was not able to ascend or descend. I was stuck here, wandering the plane, watching all of you move on.
Stop.
Replacing me.
We would never replace. There's no such thing as true replacement. Yes, we added new people to the group, but you can never truly replace someone else. It's a person, not an object.
I'm sure your husband feels different. Yes, I know that they tricked you.
You saw the
But
bullshit I went through.
well, it had to be done. Death works in mysterious ways, as does the universe. I will give you till nightfall to leave. Or you can help me, and I will reward you handsomely.
Help you. Help you kill
I
my
s-
husband and one of my best friends.
Oh, no, you don't have to kill them. You just have to bring him to me. And I will face him alone. As
You
it
want
should have
me.
been.
We were trying to stop you two from fighting.
You
It
should have
was
let
not
us
the
fight.
time or place. It was
Hmm.
not the time or place. We were in a dangerous situation in a dangerous area. And quite honestly, I am still ticked about the way Sortron
Well, the fish is dead.
acts.
So is rum.
I thought she had only left,
Oh,
or she was
child.
dead.
First thing I came back when I had the planer shifted back to the plane of fire and find her.
Don't you mean water?
No, she was on the plane of fire.
Ugh. Apparently she got wrong directions. Pretty sure she was looking for water.
I found her and killed her in cold blood. Found the fish and killed Sorotron, since he was left behind in the north. I will kill your husband with this, as he pulls out a black, long oak bow and puts it on the cards.
Where did you get this?
They said they acquired it from an old woman. I don't know her name and I don't care. It works.
In my mind, I'm going to call out, grandmother, is that the bow you're talking about?
You hear no response?
Oh boy. Rose will draw her attention away from the bow and look at Zerg curiously. Why do you think I would betray my husband?
I'm not asking you to betray him. I'm asking you to honor what his people would deem an honorable combat. Let the blood feud between us die.
I tell
You
him the
take
truth.
him to the arena where I was initiated into this family of mine. I will be there. If you don't, I will send my hunters after you.
It's the arena. And may I tell him the truth?
You can tell him whatever you want. I don't care. The arena is under your thimble. It's been torn down for 300 years, but I remember it as if it was yesterday. I remember seeing some of my old friends fight there. Figured it'd be nice to be in that spot one last time, rather than die in a cave.
I never forgot. To be honest, I never really forgave myself for it.
Good.
But at the time, I saw no other course of action.
You didn't have to kill me, but you did. And I have a nice, lovely scar to remind myself of what you've done. But I don't hold it against you. I hold it against the man who tried to cause unneeded issues when we were all dealing with craziness.
He could have chosen a better time.
He could have. Who knows? Maybe After seeing how him and the human do things, maybe that would have been us in the north fighting and getting along at the end. Maybe not. Maybe I would have killed him in the north and moved on and killed a dragon. I care not. Rest assured, I will tell you a friendly gesture, because I forgave you for what you've done. I have not forgiven Verkon. The longer you stall in taking him there, the more hunters I will send that I have at my disposal.
I will speak with him about it, and I have a feeling that he is going to want to fight.
And tell him that his sister smells very nice. And you wake up in bed. The next morning, all of you wake up.
I still had more to say to that man.
It's morning!
I say that as I wake up. I still had more to say to him. Syvyan.
What are you dreaming about now?
Possibly your death.
I'm sorry, what?
My love. Zarek is indeed alive, and spoke with me.
And what does he want? And well, first of all, how did he speak with you?
Some form of magic, I suppose.
A gift from his friends, I'd imagine.
Yes. Two things. One, three things. One, he's actually been watching us while he was a ghost. He was not able to go up or down. He's been watching us this entire time. Little creepy.
Well, and?
Two, he wants us to go back to Mrrrphl. There's apparently an underground old arena there. He wants to fight you one-on-one.
Why should I care?
Because if I don't take you there, and you don't fight him there, he's going to continuously send hunters after us, apparently. And that does get a little tiresome.
Aye, but he is not my priority.
I figured, but at the same time, he said something you're not going to like.
Well, I don't like him, so probably.
He says your sister smells nice.
He immediately gets up and leaves to go above deck.
Wait, I have one more thing to tell you. Damn it! Why? Men!
Should have led with it.
I get up and run after you.
Meanwhile, can the other three of the new crew give me perception checks?
Aye.
Oh wow, that's terrible.
Tell me what
I
you rolled,
rolled a
please.
6.
Like a
6.
7.
Did better than I did. We're all rolling garbage today.
An 11.
Ryoma, during your morning activities, you've noticed that there is a knife in the term big wooden thing in the middle of the ship with the sail.
The mast?
Yes. Yes. I will be an efficient Navy sailor by the end of this game, I promise. There is a knife in the mast with a letter attached to it. And you also notice that there is a dinghy missing and 4 people bound and tied.
I'm going to go ahead and pull the dagger off the mast and open up the note.
It says, and I quote, "I'll do it my fucking self. Fuck you." with love. Fuck you.
What the fuck?
Well, I guess I'm going to go over to the people. They're tied up?
Yeah, they're bound and gagged and they look unconscious.
I'm going to go ahead and use the dagger to cut their bindings and ungag them.
One of them is a Goliath. He goes, "Thank you,
You're welcome.
bitch."
What the hell knocked you out?
That fucking half-out of a bastard. She got pissed, storming around, told her to shut up. Some people were trying to sleep. She pulled out a whip, slapped us a few times. We tried to call for help, and then here we are.
Oh yeah, she is a temperamental one.
Something about fuck Balric.
Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't leave earlier. Honestly, with how slow we're going about getting anywhere, I'm surprised she didn't leave sooner. Oh well. And I'll crumple up the note and throw it overboard.
Oh, wait, what you gotta do that for?
'Cause I don't have any particular attachments to her.
Okay. Is everyone awake now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm
This is
gonna come
groggy
out.
as hell, but
Does
Yeah.
Syvyan make it up to the main deck at that point?
Afterwards, yes.
Damn it.
I'm gonna do my regular morning rounds. So,
You notice a dinghy is missing after a little bit of inspection after you rub your eyes and wake up, and that the half-elf is missing as well.
typical.
I'm gonna, after reading the note, go over to him. Hey, Captain, if you haven't noticed yet, we're missing a dinghy.
I have noticed.
Yeah, so she left.
I have noticed. Probably to get out of being reprimanded. But it
To
can't
be honest,
that
I
way.
kind of suspected she would have left sooner, so.
She seemed troubled. On balance, it's, well, perhaps it's for the best.
Perhaps. We're all a little unbalanced, though.
Point taken.
Don't become a pirate by being a balanced individual.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. It's a shame. I was going to have her man the margarita stand for Taco Tuesday. All right. Is there anything else to report?
Nothing really.
Where are our new members?
I believe they're below deck. They wanted to sleep separately from everyone.
That's understandable. They don't fully trust us yet. I'd probably do the same thing in their position.
Yeah. Hopefully that changes.
Oh.
At this point, Syvyan does appear on the top deck, and Rose is quickly behind him.
Good morning, you two.
Damn it, Syvyan, I wasn't done talking to you.
Oh dear. Trouble in paradise.
I had one more thing to tell you.
And that would be...
Unless you're planning to announce it to the entire ship, perhaps you had best go back to your quarters and discuss it.
Fair enough. Come on. I grab her by the arm.
Is it that private?
And when you're
Yes.
finished, I would like to speak to you, Rose.
Good, because I have plenty to say to you very shortly.
Given the fact that I'm in my nightdress, I would like to get dressed first.
Please do.
Come on.
Fine.
Give him the 1-2, girly.
I'm about to give him a lot more than that.
Phrasing.
He goes
No.
back down with Rose.
You say phrasing, yet I did it on purpose.
Where's the gnome?
Are we back
Well,
in our
if he hasn't come out yet, he's probably still below deck. Probably
Tinkering?
crafting? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well. Well, let's look over the charts and figure out where we're going next.
You're back in your quarters.
Remember the old woman I was telling you about?
The one I told you I was right about.
Yes, and I even admitted you were.
Mm.
Well, part of the deal was that I need to get 3 things first.
And what were
It
those
just so
3
happened.
things again?
Oh, it was a necklace, a bow, and a relic from
And a relic from what?
my island. So eventually we'll need to be going to
Home.
Blackwood Isle, where I'll get to introduce you to my mother.
Hmm.
Zarek has the bow I require. And I'm betting if we can get that bow, instead of getting her children, I can use that bargaining chip to get my answers.
Isn't that bow already required for another deal?
Yeah, but
Then
doesn't
no.
mean I can't.
Then no, you will not get the answers you seek.
Or I might. It's worth a shot.
You've never dealt with a witch before, have you?
Bartholomew's ex-wife.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry, you never met the woman. Actually, no. Congratulations, you never met the woman. Ugh.
Well, if you make a deal with a witch, there is no altering it for yourself. So good luck trying to change the terms.
I wasn't changing the term. Just see if I could get one more answer. I only need one more answer and my blasted engagement bracelets back.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one that has them. I want them back.
Well, we'll see how things go. Is that...
Is everything. Now, let me get dressed.
Hear a thimble again.
Yes, I know the gnome for you.
Now, as much as it irritates me, I want to go back. There were other things I needed to take care of while we were there, but situations had changed.
Well, I knew you were going to want to fight him.
No, I don't want to fight him. I don't care anything about him. He died. He's done and over with. The only reason why I bothered to make a deal out of it to begin with is because he was being a problem for the safety of everyone in our group at the time.
To be honest, you could have chosen a much better time to have dealt with it.
There wasn't any other time. That's the problem. We were stuck in a dangerous situation. He's barking out orders and forcing everyone to follow his lead all over the place, which has gotten us into what? Nothing more but more and more danger. Unnecessarily.
It also got an arrow through my head.
Exactly. He needed to be told that we're not following him anymore. He's the one who chose to escalate it beyond that. I had no intentions of fighting him, except to tell him off.
Did force him against a wall, though.
Hmm.
Either one of you were in the right situation, and it escalated and it went wrong. Now we're dealing with the consequences of it.
It's not our consequences of our choices. It's consequences of whoever's meddling around in the background.
Sure.
And Roberts. This is all his fault to begin with. And he will be dead by the end of this.
I'm with you on that one. But you still need to own up to the mistakes that you made in it.
Aye,
You're
my
not
mistake.
entirely innocent. All right, I'm dressed. Let's go.
Verkon, what are you doing?
AFK, I believe.
Not anymore. I already took care of everything that I was AFK for.
Neat.
No. Verkon would be effectively setting up and planning based on the, figuring out how much it would cost to get the materials for replacing a leg and 2 arms.
Give me a tinkering tool check, please.
Voice.
You've never done this before, but you believe that it would cost you 100 gold worth of metal, and probably about, if you just work a regular work shift, about 4 days, maybe 5.
For maybe 5. So if I don't sleep, I could get 3 of those.
Are you doing anything else, kind gnome?
Well, he has to get the metal first.
True.
So he's gonna walk up and see how stupid the crew's looking today.
They are doing some stuff, not a lot of stuff. They're trying to figure out what exactly to do since, they lost quite a bit of people during the leaving.
Well, is there damage?
I mean, yeah, it's damaged, but it's movable. Able to, eventually just move it somewhere.
So we can grind its way to where we want to go. Gotcha.
When I see him peek his head above deck, I'm gonna wave him down really quick. Gnome!
It's Verkon!
Verkon, you said something, about making an arm and a leg for the Goliath?
2 arms and a leg, yes.
I don't know if this will help, but I don't know if you've made one before. I'll just go ahead and use my left hand, and I'll take off my right arm, and I'll hand it to him.
He's right there pulling out paper and just starting to write notes.
I have a leg I could give you too, but I wouldn't be able to walk then.
So around this entire crew, he's just sitting on the ground looking at it and writing notes on it.
Well, he's sitting. If he's gonna sit down, I'll go ahead and sit down right next to him and take off my leg and give him my leg too. We'll just sit in the middle of the poop deck, like in everybody's way.
Everyone's kind of moving around you. I mean, what are they going to do? Attack or insult or cripple?
True.
I
mean-
wonder, Graves.
I mean, that depends if any of them truly count me as crew yet. They would be very, very disappointed if they did attack me, though. So yeah, probably doing that while everyone else is moving around.
Okay. What are you two lovebirds doing?
Going to
Graves.
the captain's quarters to speak with Balric.
Okay, so you guys go up to him, and Graves, you hear a simple knocking on the door.
Hmm. You may enter.
You said that you wanted to speak with us?
Just you, actually.
Me?
Yes.
All right.
Well, you're getting both of us.
Syvyan, this is a disciplinary matter, and it does not concern you. You are welcome to wait outside the door if you wish.
A disciplinary matter for what?
Well, that's what we're about to discuss.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Indeed.
Let's go ahead and wait outside.
A disciplinary action against someone who's not even really a part of your crew at this point.
Please wait outside. This shouldn't take too long.
All right.
He steps outside and closes the door.
Hey, Fishman. You turn and you see the Goliath sitting on a chair. Can I have some water? Please?
What are you doing here?
Oh, yeah, let me just walk around and help.
Why do
He's got you there.
Are you not downstairs?
Because Verkon didn't need me yet, so I've been sitting up here where I can get fresh air. I'll take back all the mean things I said about you, about defending, against the ocean. Please.
He just hands him his water skin.
He like opens his mouth like help.
And then just sort of pours it a couple inches above his head.
Oh, thank you. Over to the other two.
Okay. Now then. Balric gets up and walks to the back of the room where there is a... Hang on. Keys? Yes. I can lock the door, don't worry about it. Keys. Thank you. He gets up and walks to the back of the room where there is a fish tank and starts feeding the fish. So, back on the beach, you disapproved of my decision to strike the Goliath. Explain.
He literally has one arm, no hands, and one leg. Well, yes, he should not have struck you. You should not have struck him. It accomplishes nothing.
On that point, I'm afraid I disagree. Allow me to elaborate. So, you said that you wanted some education, for lack of a better word, on how being a captain works. This is in effect your first lesson. There are two ways in which a captain can fail his crew. The first is by being tight-fisted and stringent. I suspect that this was Robert's failure. The second failure is by being too soft. Because if you are seen as soft, crew begins to suspect weakness, and if they suspect weakness, they will not follow you. So it is important to strike a careful balance between fairness and firmness. It is true that the Goliath was not a true threat, which is why I did not strike him with lethal intention. But if someone of that size gets it into their head that they can challenge me at any time for any reason, well, I will not be captain of this ship for very long. I am not the most physically imposing person. I have to make up for that in other ways. You may speak.
Two things on what you have said. One, I understand fully where you're coming from. I had not thought of it in that manner, and it is something that I will need to think on. Two, it was not an education on how to be captain that I was looking for. It was an education on sailing and piracy that I was looking for.
Wow.
In my father's mercenary guild, I already had the station of captain and had several subordinates with me, as well as lieutenant. I oversaw their safety. I oversaw their discipline should they step out of line. I led them on missions, and I did my damnedest. I had been a captain since I was 17.
That's very impressive. It seems I have underestimated you. I won't do that again.
But at the same time, I know what it means to also fail. I went on a mission once, one that I had full confidence in that I could take care of, no problem. It cost me the life of my best friend. And it cost one of my friends his eye. I know what it means to fail. I don't intend to again. I lost my spine, as Dante puts it. And I've been trying to regain it. And Robert's recent actions has certainly escalated that growth.
Robert.
I do have some information for you.
Oh?
The drow that attacked us yesterday and tried to kill myself and my husband, that is the basically resurrected Zarek. A member of our crew a long while back before Dante joined. There were issues that were not handled in a correct manner that basically resulted in Verkon and I killing him. He does not harbor ill will to me because I did actually apologize to him. But he harbors ill will towards Syvyan and Verkon. He visited me in my dreams last.
In your dreams?
Indeed.
Are you sure it was only a dream?
I am not entirely certain. But I wanted to inform you that, one, apparently the people who Roberts gave the scroll to that resurrected him, they have hired him to kill Syvyan and Verkon.
Well,
2.
that cannot be allowed, I'm afraid.
Oh, definitely not. 2. There's apparently an underground old arena in Irithimble
Mm.
where he wants Syvyan to meet him for a one-on-one duel to the death.
To what end?
To end whatever blood feud they have formed between them. Through no faults but both of their own.
You don't intend to allow this, surely?
I cannot stop him if he chooses to go. Do I think it is foolishness? Yes. Do I want to be hounded by hunters that are continuously sent after us if we don't? No. So basically the only option is to go. But not to let Syvyan go alone. While we will be on the outskirts of the fight should he show dishonorable by having others there as well to help him in the battle, we will take care of them. Syvyan and Zarek sort out their issue. It also seems that he is involved with the people who have Syvyan's sister, as he said, and I quote, "Tell him his sister smells nice." Ugh.
I've known people like that. They are revolting.
And to think I almost chose him over Syvyan.
I guess you got lucky. Very well.
Also,
did he set a time and place for this meeting?
no, not particularly. He just wanted my invite.
So just Irithimble at some point.
Irithimble probably very soon.
We shall have to be prepared. Thank you for coming to me with this.
I figured you should, since you most likely may end up getting dragged into it anyways.
Yes, that seems quite unavoidable now. I would rather that you all stay alive.
I'd rather stay alive as well. Already died once. Wasn't a fan.
So, Roberts is in the wind. A mysterious figure wants to meet your husband in a symbol, and we're going to be hounded by fish people unless we meet him.
Oh, yes. And the bow that Zarek has. I need it.
Well, that's your affair. It doesn't interest me.
Oh, yes. I just wanted to let you know that I have, what would be the term, dibs on that piece of loot.
I don't think anyone is going to dispute you.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you for your report.
Indeed. Have you made any decisions as to where we are actually going next?
Well, we need to make repairs and to replenish the crew that we lost during the attack by the fish people. So I was actually going to ask you, since you know this area better than I do, if you know of a place where we could find reliable personnel.
I do not know this area, as we had crash landed possibly around a week, 2 weeks ago. I will say this. There is a particular area in the forest that is essentially a field of mist. Don't go into it. There are ghosts. They will try and possess you.
That sounds very unpleasant.
Oh, it was. Verkon got possessed and I had to knock him out.
Okay. Stay away from the mist.
Stay away from the mist.
Well, do you know of an area that we might be able to get to safely do repairs and replenish the crew, if not here? I confess we don't really have much reason to stay here now that the person we came here to help has abandoned ship.
What do you mean?
Oh, Andrastia is gone.
Oh.
Yes.
Did she say why?
Not really, no. She just sort of left, took one of the dinghies, and apparently assaulted and tied up 4 of my men in the process. I'm not entirely sure how far she thinks she's going to get in that thing, but I suppose that's her problem now.
Well, Dante had said that Basinmere is 4 days away from here.
By rowboat?
Well, I believe that. Let me look at the chart. Do you have a map?
Right here.
DM, if you would be a dear.
So, let me go to the world map. There we go.
Thank you.
So you guys are here.
You see this river?
Hmm.
And she'll trace her finger along it. It leads to Basinmere.
Hmm.
While we do need more crew to actually fully man the ship, I'm pretty sure we can at least sail down the river straight shot to Basinmere.
Hmm. How well do you know Basinmere?
DM.
Roll a history.
I'm not good at this one. I'm really not good at this one. That's a 4.
You don't think you've ever been there?
I don't recall going to Basinmere myself. My brothers might have, but I haven't. Or at least not that I recall.
Does your husband know the area?
Possibly him or Verkon might.
No. Then we may need to ask them.
Indeed.
By the way, have you decided if you're going to officially join us or not?
Well, like I said, give us a better offer than Roberts, and sure.
What would you consider fair?
Something above midshipsman. And better pay.
Well,
Oh, and trust me, you're going to want Verkon to drive.
he seems to be a gnome of many talents.
He really is. More than you could ever know. And he's stronger than he looks.
Hmm.
He once threw Dante over a river.
That's quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very well. Your request is reasonable and it will be granted. See Morrigan and she will give you an assignment that is fitting to your talents.
Fair enough then.
But there is one other thing. For the reasons that I explained to you, you must be careful not to contradict me in front of the rest of the crew. But if you do ever have any misgivings, feel free to bring them to me in private.
Most certainly. I suppose I can't call you Bulric, officially part of the crew.
I prefer you didn't, especially since that's not how my name is pronounced.
Oh?
Yes, it's Balaric. It's actually a vowel sound. Never mind. The point is, Captain Graves will suffice.
Well, Captain Graves, you are very fun to mess with.
Well,
Shall I go get Syvyan and Verkon?
of course.
I poke my head outside. Syvyan,
About time.
go get Verkon.
Oh, fine.
And did you want some food? Rose looks to the Goliath.
I'm fucking starving.
Let me go and find the kitchens, and I will get you some food and feed you a bit while he goes to find Verkon. That sound good?
Thank you, Mommy. I'm so hungry.
I look to Syvyan.
No. The last one didn't work. No.
The last one turned into a fish popsicle.
Exactly. No.
Goliath, what is your name?
The silence right there. He's like, shit, somebody asked the question.
Shit. You know, I never really had a name when I joined the crew. He just said, "Hey, you!" And I was like, "Me?" He's like, "You." So I assume my name is you. I don't know. What do you want to call me?
Would you like a different name?
Please
You
give him
can
a
call
different
me
name. I'm
anything
not
you
going to
want.
call him Hey You. Iron Fist? No, that's too on the nose.
No, that's
Taser
Yeah.
face.
Absolutely not.
no. How about Tree? About as big as one.
And about as hard as one.
And
Oh,
since he
yeah.
doesn't have any limbs, he's all trunk.
Ah,
All right, your name is Tree.
perfect. And my axe shall be named Branch. Hand me my branch. Oh, wait, I don't
You
have
don't
any
have
hands
hands.
yet. I forgot.
Don't worry, Verkon is working on it. I'm gonna go find him some food. Syvyan, go get Verkon.
Well, Tree, since you have nowhere else to go, I shall be pressing you into service as part of my crew. Do you object? You will be paid.
Why are you pressing me? Why don't you just ask nicely?
Your name is Tree.
Yes.
Do I need a reason?
Yes.
No, fine. Because you hit me that one time, so, nah. Anyway, the point is you have nowhere else to go, and you can't go anywhere at the moment, so you're part of the crew. Congratulations. You will be paid and fed, and I am placing you in Rose's direct command. You're welcome.
He nub salutes her.
Pat him on the head. And then go and find him food.
Yes. Report to her as soon as you have the rest of your limbs.
Aye, Captain Douchebag.
Tree.
Don't press your luck.
Tree.
He wanted
Be
to kill me.
nice.
I
They
did
be
not want to kill
nice.
you.
They
You
all-
have what? One functioning limb? If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead.
I'd whoop your ass with this one functioning limb. It's called
Boy,
a leg,
here-
dumbass. Learn your body parts.
They
Ow, my
hear
foot.
Ace only a little ways away. Captain Douchebag sounds accurate.
Oh dear. Boys. No fighting.
Oh, why
Tree.
not? It's entertaining.
Be nice. He is our new
It
captain.
is at first, and then it gets out of hand very quickly.
Well, you have yet to earn his respect, so.
What's your name? When did we pick you up?
What?
I'm trying to remember how long you've been with us. It's slipping my memory at the moment. Ace. That's your name. Ace. When did you join, Ace? How long have you been here?
I'm about to smack you.
Do you not remember?
I don't think you understand that I do not care the passing of time.
What are you, immortal or something?
I'm a... I have set this boat on fire too many times for you not to remember that I'm a Gensai.
Actually, it wasn't you that set it on fire. It was one of the... with the fireball and the...
Do you
Never
not
mind.
remember the incident where your cabin lit on fire? That wasn't an accident from you leaving a candle on.
Yeah,
Giggity.
actually it was. Candles.
You also find Verkon sitting in the middle of the poop deck.
You know
Verkon,
what?
are you
I am
working
very
on this
tempted
time?
to following that woman off the ship. And he wanders
He
away.
lifts up the leg that was taken off and puts it back down.
Did you build that?
No. I wave my one hand.
You can make... How did you get... People can do that?
He closes the book. Give me 2 days. And metal. Metal.
You can make new limbs.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Without magic.
I actually don't know if they're magic or not.
Trade secret.
You know what? I need to stop being surprised. Can you pause on this for just a moment and give him back his bits? We need to have a conversation with Graves.
Fine. But I require metal.
And I'll see about getting some algae too, because considering, we're on the sea, that metal won't last long if it rosts to nothing.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Uh-huh.
Well, mine aren't made out of metal. Mine are made out of ironwood.
What is ironwood?
It's very strong wood.
Wood strong as iron. What's it sound like?
That is typically where the name comes from.
I mean, I've been around a lot in the surface, but with the exception of these past 5 years, I didn't exactly pay attention to much of it.
That's fine. Most of them are creative anyways.
True.
Well, I will meet you in Graves' quarters, or the meeting room, wherever he happens to want us.
He's a captain, so probably in the captain's quarters.
Alright. See you there.
He packs up his stuff, hands the arm and leg back.
Thank you. We need to look at him again. You know where I am.
People always gotta ruin my research. As he starts walking to the captain quarters.
Okay. Everyone's at the captain quarters then.
Ah, wonderful. Glad that you see that you're all here. Now then, Rose and I have come to an understanding, and she's communicated to me an idea of what your terms might be for joining the ship full time. But I wanted to give you a chance to speak on your own behalf.
Go ahead, Verkon.
Leave me to make my stuff, I'm happy. Also, I need 2 days. And metal.
He's making legs and arms for the Goliath.
I deduced as much, and that is acceptable, quite easy to grant. As for you,
I will not be joining.
Very interesting.
Instead, I offer you the same thing that my father had offered the previous Roberts. An alliance.
Who and what exactly am I making an alliance with?
My entire kingdom.
And you have the authority to offer such an alliance?
It's why I'm here. It's the only reason why I am on the surface.
What are the terms?
I act as the emissary aboard your ship for the purpose of my kingdom, as it were, so relations that you might need from them, you pass through me. I travel alongside with you and take care of any business I might have need of. And with the ability to call on you for aid should I need it.
Hmm.
In turn, while within the borders of my kingdom, you will have protection and aid should you need it.
Hmm.
And he outlines an area on the map in the middle of the sea. This entire area here is under my queen's rule.
Quite expensive. What are your kingdom's relations with the surface mariners and tradesmen?
Considering that, as far as anyone else knows, we don't exist. None. Yet.
Oh. That works for me then. Very well. I will accept your terms. However, I must
Bless you.
insist that in regard to matters that do not concern your kingdom, as regards the ship and our business, you will defer to me in such matters.
Your ship, your crew, your problem. If you require assistance in managing such things in any way, shape, or form, I will provide aid, because I do need something to do. Otherwise, I'll get too bored.
Excellent.
And the
Then we
only-
understand each other. You will be granted a degree of autonomy, since you're not technically part of the crew, but your assistance is welcome and will be fairly compensated.
Good.
Forgot.
And
If you
so-
piss me off, I will either leave by just jumping off the ship with all my shit, or I'll blow a hole in the ship and then leave.
He's
To
quite
say leave, I'll
serious,
leave
isn't
as
he?
well.
He
Oh,
is
very.
very serious, just as much as I do the same.
Should you betray me like Roberts did, or they choose to leave? Most likely I'm going to go with them.
Well, you must understand that I will always do what I think is in my best long-term interest, and I do not consider betraying any of you to be in my interest in either the short or the long term.
No, that'd be a very bad short-term plan. Or long-term.
Yes. Now then, as for our next moves, Rose tells me she does not know this area very well. Do either of you know it better?
In which area are you referring to?
Well, the immediate area. We need to make repairs, and we need to replenish the crew that we lost to the, what were those things called again?
Which one?
Mystics?
The Shahaugen?
Yes, the Shahaugen.
And then there's the
So,
Celishon. That was the thing that Ace and I devoured.
the shark
Yes.
thing. Tough meat, that. Yes. Well,
I did warn you.
Verkon, as you're the craftsman, what is your assessment of what it will take to make the ship fully seaworthy again?
Well, if you're going to any place that has contact with the sea in any way, shape, or form, they'll have a harbor, and they'll have shipwrights that will help work with you to fix it up.
I mean, in terms of materials, cost, that kind of thing.
I'd have to spend the time to look at all of that to figure out how much it cost.
Someone as skilled as you can certainly give me a rough estimate with only a few glances.
You have a hole in the bottom of the ship. That's your biggest issue. And your people were too dumb to fix it right away when I yelled at them.
And that's the other matter we need to discuss. We need to find people to replace the ones who were killed by the Shahaugen. Do you happen to know what the best spot to recruit would be?
Well,
Rose has suggested Basinmere, but I don't know the area very well.
I have been to Basinmere on occasion throughout the last few years with Roberts. Let me see if I can think up how a good option within the city. I can't say that I would recall anything within the city that would be of use for crew.
What kind of city is Basinmere? Rich, poor, large, small? I'm not familiar with this area.
Oh, Basinmere's decently sized.
You sure it's a pretty big city?
Well, is my understanding of the kingdoms. It is the capital of the human nation. So, yes, this is of decent size. As for its wealth, I do not know how wealth really works here on the surface.
That's fair. If it's the capital, then there will be nobles, and where there are nobles, there are people who have been screwed over by the nobles, and where there are people who have been screwed over by nobles, there are people who may be willing to join us.
Yeah, you might get some kids who actually know something.
One can only hope.
At least go for the people who have at least enough common sense to know hole in the floor, fix it.
We shall have to work on that. Very well then.
Verkon.
So we shall.
Verkon.
Go on.
I suggest putting Verkon in charge of such things. He is very good at fixing things and knows
So I've noticed.
what must be done.
Well, that does seem to be his area of specialty. So I will, of course, refer to him in such matters. But it seems we have the rudiments of a plan at least. We'll go to Basinmere, make what repairs we can, pick up what crew we can, and then after that, well, where is... dang it, I've forgotten the city's name.
Irithimble!
Irithimble, thank you. Where is Irithimble?
He just walks over and blink. Wait, why are we going to Irithimble?
Zarek
Did I really
wants me there.
Yes.
Oh, so it's not so I can piss off stuck-up people again.
That is amusing for you to do.
This Zarek seems intent on interfering with us until you meet him in Irithimble. His interference cannot be allowed to continue, so we will go to Irithimble. However, I also can't allow him to kill you, so we'll have to do something about that.
Well, it'll be some time before we can get there anyway, considering all the work we must do just to be able to get ourselves out into open sea.
Indeed. Can someone ping Irithimble on the map for me?
I'm on it.
Over top of it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, after we've made our repairs and replenished our crew, we will make our way towards Irithimble. And if we are fortunate, I believe we may be able to relieve some merchants of their goods along the way.
You mean actually do some piracy?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Well,
You're already a step above Roberts.
if we can, I would like us to do, say, a focus fire on some in particular.
Oh? And who would that be?
Whoever Roberts was not hunting. He wasn't hunting after them for a particular reason. And As all the little pieces are coming together, it seems, is because whichever those ships were that he were avoiding had ties to this group that brought Zarek back. If I'm understanding everything correctly.
Really? What gives you that idea? He leans forward and seems very interested in this part in particular.
Visions and deals brought forth by the witch given to Rose here, mainly. And there really wasn't much going on with Roberts in terms of piracy to begin with, so...
If
Please keep the
only
whole witch
his,
deal thing between us.
if only his records were not so far beyond our reach. Is this the first time I've heard the witch mentioned?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Also, I raise it.
It was discussed, I believe, during on land.
Okay.
Nope, I hadn't told him.
Well, I raise an eyebrow at the witch the witch thing that you mentioned, but I ask no questions at this time.
Oh,
All right.
if I see a chest that has certain markers or crate, and your people try to take the ship from it, I will stab them.
What kinds of markers?
He throws down the family crest that he has on the book. This!
What is the significance of this crest?
Yes, that is a good
It's my family! And if you mess with my family, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Of which we'll find majority, I would imagine, of their dealings heading into the mid-central sea, as they have dealings with my people.
Yes, that is actually rather wise, Verkon. Rose pulls out her own family symbol.
Duly noted.
Don't mess with ships with this symbol either. The symbol
Also
for Blackwood
noted.
mercenaries.
So when we are there, if you want good gear that I'm not making,
Blackwood mercenary.
yeah, my family would be the best to go to. Though, don't piss her off, you might get a hammer to the head.
If we don't find good people in Basinmere, we're able to limp our way to my family's island. We might be able to find some people there.
Isn't that on the other side of the continent? Unless there's a river going that way.
I wish
You'll have to sail all the way around the coastline.
I wish
Like
we
I
could
said,
say we
unless we can.
I wish we could say we can get crew from my military forces, but unfortunately, they are currently being tied under the commander I had left in charge for war efforts. So
That's all right. All the same, I wouldn't want to confuse the terms of our alliance by employing crew members from your military directly.
No, I would prefer to do so, honestly. It would be a good learning experience for the expansions I have planned. I need to train sailors in my kingdom, but it seems that may not be an opportunity considering the situation at home.
Very well. One last question. This brotherhood that Roberts was a member of, what can you tell me about it?
They will more than likely not be friendly to us. Considering that Roberts both escaped and is alive, I would suspect that he probably went to his governess, in this pirate island or whatever, who she manages the island itself, and the Brotherhood that calls it home. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if he went to go rat out your ship and make us enemies against the Brotherhood as a whole.
Rose will actually mark the island on the map. This island here. That, and we're suspicious that the governess
I
is one
don't
of
see your
the
ping.
lovers.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
We're rather suspicious that the governess and Roberts are all
have a thing.
lovers. Oh, there's definitely a
Interesting.
thing going on there.
So, this Brotherhood, were you members? In any respect?
Robert.
We were via being a part of his crew, as it were. I would imagine, just to be on the safe side, we should probably treat all known pirate vessels as if they are potential enemies until proven otherwise. If my theory of the Brotherhood turning against us is indeed correct.
That seems prudent, but I would rather not antagonize them yet, if we can avoid it. Not until we are fully prepared to deal with the repercussions. We will simply avoid them for now, and when the time comes, as a new pirate captain, I may present myself as a potential member. We'll see how far we get after that. We must play it carefully.
Well, Roberts is still alive. You don't have a chance in hell of that.
Well, I never antagonized him, so while it's definitely possible that he will be petty enough to consider me an enemy regardless just because you're here on my ship, it's also possible that I may be able to get an opening that we can exploit. We will prepare for either possibility.
Rose is going to look at Syvyan and Verkon. Look back at Graves. Trust me, he's petty enough.
Then we may have to improvise something else. Regardless, this Pirate Brotherhood is a potential threat that we must deal with very carefully.
For now, avoiding it is indeed a good strategy. However, if I can secure appropriate alliances for my kingdom in their war effort, then that means that you, too, will receive these allies.
Excellent. Now, if I may confide in you, my long-term goals I have not fully explained to anyone, but I will say that as part of them, Roberts, and perhaps even this entire Pirate Brotherhood that he is party to,
needs to
maybe destroy. Do any of you have a problem with that?
Not in the slightest.
Excellent. Then we are agreed. The old shall be destroyed so that something new can take its place. Well, unless you have any further concerns to be addressed, we'll make our way to Basinmere and see what we can do in terms of repairs and finding new crew.
And I will need to send a letter to my father. Oh boy, he is not going to be happy. Have you ever seen an angry werewolf Goliath before?
I have seen many interesting things, but I have never seen that.
It is a sight to behold. It really is. It is terrifying to behold.
Even a calm sight is a sight to behold.
Well, you tried to outdrink him, and when did that end you? You drank dishwater.
I mean, seeing a man with the head of a dog, it's...
Okay.
I mean, I've seen lots of different types of creatures under the sea, and since my travels here to the surface, even much more there that has brought me great surprise. But your father... well...
What happened to the map? It shifted.
That's because...
I saw that too.
It's because he was on the wrong layer. But your father, well... I will say that he, as I have heard from the bakers, it takes the cake. What whatever exactly that means. I guess it means it's...
It's a surfacer thing.
Yes. Yes.
You know, when I was in prison, I ran into this guy who said he once stole 40 cakes. 40. Can you
What do
believe?
you want with 40 cakes?
I have no idea. Absolute psychopath.
I wonder if he was lying.
Either way, he's going to get diabetes.
Obviously, what you do is you build a catapult and you launch those cakes.
What is
That's an idea.
diabetes?
That is also a surfacer thing. If it doesn't happen to your people, be grateful. It's not very good.
It's not fun. It's a disease. It's really bad. There are people who can survive with it. It's bad.
Well, I'm considering it has some relation to do with cake. I'm going to say no. We don't exactly have
Excessive amounts of sugar.
We don't exactly have such sweet tasting delicacies under the water.
Note
All
to
right.
self: present cake to fish delegation.
It would not last. I've tried, actually. I found it to be quite delicious and very disappointed on a trip back home once, and, well, it disintegrated.
Yes.
I guess the flour they use doesn't stand very well up against seawater.
No, it does not.
Oh,
Very well.
don't.
Let's go inform the rest of the crew, and we'll be on our way. Where's Ryoma?
Probably putting his leg back on.
Notes.
Yes.
I regret nothing.
I apologize for interrupting your studies. Apparently, Ryoma has a fake leg and arm, and I didn't know that you can make those.
Yes, this world is full of wonders. By the way, Verkon, one of the Shahaugen had some sort of device that it was able to use to trigger a fireball spell.
Oh yeah, they're little beads. They're magic. They go boom.
Can you make one of those that can be triggered remotely?
I mean, they go boom when they get dropped or thrown more often.
But can you rig up some kind of device that would allow you to trigger one from a distance after a certain amount of time had elapsed, or in response to some sort of signal or stimulus?
I mean, you put the beads on a springboard and set up a tripwire, set up something to fall. I mean, are people not creative here?
I think, Verkon, what he's more looking towards is, instead of a physical trap mechanism like you might create, a magical, say, trigger word that would activate it.
No, I'm not picky as long as you don't have to be in the room when it goes off.
I mean, you can use magic to create things that last for a certain amount of time, and then once the time's up, it goes away, which it could have been then holding the things up, which then triggers the springboard, which triggers the trap, which then makes everything go boom.
That
I like it.
Sounds complicated.
It's Verkon.
As
It's
long as it
simple.
works. I don't care how many parts it has. When you have the time, I would like you to write up something like that, and I'd like to take a look at it. It may prove useful in the future.
You can also make it very simple. Springboard, box, open box, beads go into the air.
Boom.
Brilliant. Well, Do the Pirate Brotherhood have regular meetings?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good to know. Of course, we'll have to find a schedule. Oh,
I can't
we can
quite
table that discussion for another time.
I can't quite say if there was a schedule mentioned during the meeting that we were a part of. I was too busy trying to prevent myself from killing half the room.
If only you'd saved me the trouble. All right, the others must be getting restless now.
Alright, let's give them something to do.
So as you all go outside, you see from the beach a flock of ravens fly up and into the direction of the forest.
That's interesting. Ominous.
And you see all the crew standing around trying to get stuff ready to move the boat.
All right, well. Then continue to work.
At this point, Morgan approaches you. Captain,
Yes, Morgan?
what is our plan of action?
Well, we need to make repairs and replenish the crew we lost. The best way of doing that seems to be heading towards Basinmere. Have them get the ship in as good shape as possible, and we'll make our way downriver.
It is in the best shape that it can be. I will make no promises, as the boat is severely damaged. We may need to consider getting a new one soon.
Duly noted. But for now, we'll make do with what we have.
At this point, she looks at the others. We'll need everyone down below to row the boat while one drives.
Well,
Including you, Captain.
Our new additions have agreed to help us. And I've been told that Verkon here, I gesture towards the gnome, is a good pilot. So send him to the helm. We'll see what he
Duly
can do.
noted. Captain, will you lead us in rowing the boat then?
Of course. As far as I am able, anyway.
At this point, she turns, all right, you scallywags, get down below. We're gonna move this piece of shit if it's the last thing we do. Hut, 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 hut,
Heavy
hut, hut.
sigh.
Come on, dear. Let's go row us a ship.
Must I go down below, Captain?
Row, row,
It
row
will
your
take
ship
everyone.
down the river.
Fine.
So that includes you.
I mean, it could be worse. At least we're only having to go down a river. And not finding a random island filled with monsters.
Don't jinx it.
Bad place.
If
If
we
I never
end
do
up on an island filled with new monsters that I haven't seen, I'm going to question who the hell made a portal or teleported the entire ship. Because we're on a river!
If I never see
Well-
that island again, it'll be too soon.
Considering everything that we've experienced within the past couple of days, I'm not sure anything could surprise me anymore.
I said that once. I regretted it. Now let's go row a ship.
Indeed. So I guess we all begin rowing.
So as you go down to the boat, you all see the giant hole is very patched up. You can tell that mending was used to seal it, but it also kind of looks like you use like tape basically to try and secure it. You do see a little bit of water that like dribbles, not like a lot, like a leak, like in a wall sorta, where you can tell there's a leak.
Duct tape and prayers, huh?
But yes, that is what you're holding on to with this boat for dear life. And you see a lot of the crew seats empty as you all sit down. You don't have a full crew to row the boat, but you believe, it will take a little bit longer. But eventually, you all start getting the boat to go. As Verkon, you drive it down the river, and you avoid the sand dunes because you know of their location as you maneuver past them. And Verkon, as you do, you see a figure in black robe walking the beach, and it stops, and looks like the backside as you pass them. They turn around, and they don't move, but you feel the presence of this being watching you as the wind picks up behind the sails and helps push the boat along.
Ominous.
Take it.
And by river, it actually takes a lot less time than by foot. Verkon, give me a perception check, though.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
What do I know my see with a 12?
With your
The
gnome
boy
eyes,
thing.
you see, going past the river, looks like a small town. Maybe about like a few easy miles, but you can see the outskirts of what looks like a town. You can see a town there, not far off. You also see what looks like things stuck to trees about another hour down.
Things. on
You're not
trees.
entirely sure what they are, but you can tell that they're not natural with whatever is attached to the trees. And then in a few hours, you make it to the port, and you do your best to land and dock accordingly. It's a little bit hard, but everyone is able to pitch in and help make it to where that is a possibility as you end up in Basinmere.
Great. Now,
Your boat is there.
There's things
few-
on trees.
what kind
I
of
like this
things?
town map.
I believe those are called theives, Verkon.
I don't know what a leaf is.
I think
Morgan-
he meant he saw something hanging from the trees.
Morgan, at this point, will look at you. Captain, are you allowing shore leave?
Heck, why not? After what we've been through, I suppose they deserve it.
She turns. You're allowed shore leave. If you get arrested, well, I'm not saving you from the executioner's block. Have fun. And they all go, hey, freedom! And they all run upstairs. She turns. Captain, I will be staying at the inn. I will not be doing anything. I hate Basinmere. And she bows. I take my leave.
You are dismissed. Now, of course, it goes without saying that while we are here among respectable people, we must be very careful about what we let on about who we are and what we do.
If it goes without saying, then why did you say it?
Because things that you'd think would go without saying sometimes apparently don't. So it's always good policy to be sure.
Have you seen the rest of your crewmates, Ryoma?
Did you realize that the rest of my crewmates are already gone?
Exactly. So, what goes without saying is he's saying this too late.
Yes, true.
I'm sure Morgan gave them the spiel before we left. She's good at keeping up with those kinds of things. You know, sometimes I don't even have to tell her what to do. I just say, do the thing, and she does the thing. It's quite amazing, really.
Well, of course you know. She knows you better than the rest of the crew does.
All right. So then.
Who will be managing the ship?
Yeah, you kind of just let everyone go, which means you have no one watching the ship, making sure that, someone else doesn't damage it or try to claim it or be an ass.
Captain.
Have
As
you
you
seen the
all
state
see a
we're in?
tiefling leaning against the steps, and he salutes you all with a 2-finger salute. I'm not welcome here.
Ah, right. Tiefling.
What did you do?
Well, I'm wanted in 7 cities.
It's also a
Impressive.
tiefling. A lot of people don't care for tieflings, which is unfortunate.
I just slowly turn my head to Graves
He's not wrong.
and
Hey,
flare my wings a little
Don't
at
blame
him.
me for other people's prejudices.
Oh, we're not blaming
I
you for
know.
their prejudices. They're just dumbasses.
Besides,
Oh, thank you.
there's a human up top waiting for someone to talk to.
Oh,
I'm not going up. Have fun.
okay.
Well, I mean, we did kind of
Go
just
on, Fletcher.
land, and a bunch of people just charged down off the ship. You haven't paid the docking.
Yeah. Right, docking fees. We actually remembered to bring one this time, right? Not like at Pirate Island.
Don't remind me. I want to forget that entire incident.
The docking fees will be paid. There's a line in the ship's budget for it, for occasions such as these, where we have to go places inconspicuously.
No, it was certain people forgot to do certain things, and
Oh, that's right. It wasn't the payment. It was the paperwork.
Paperwork.
That's what was. Since when do pirates do paperwork?
Since a lot.
Since
As Ace
Robert-
appears out of fucking nowhere.
Roberts made you do paperwork? I am so sorry.
Yep.
No. He forgot to really hand the paperwork to people, or someone forgot to grab it. I don't remember. All I remember is some people ended up dead. There was some jail.
I don't think you people understand how much paperwork actually goes into piracy. You have to make sure everything's right. You have to pay shipwrights, as well as doing food stores and all the things you have to do to keep the crew alive.
Yeah, that
Not
paper-
just the docking fees.
That paperwork
What had
makes
happened-
sense. Anyway, you all have fun talking about being pirates. I'm gonna go find out what this person wants.
What
Oh,
had
have they just
happened
been
was-
watching us this whole time?
What had happened was that Roberts forgot to give me the paperwork, and the dockhand was not happy. The dockhand ended up dead due to rum. I killed a guard. We ended up in jail. It was a bad time.
Sounds
I
like a
want to
great
forget it.
time.
At least you don't have to deal with the paperwork that my family does. 2 books about gay, big, I mean, they gotta buy a lot of stuff for what they do.
Alright, so who's this human who's been just standing there watching us?
Are you
Well,
going up
maybe we
top?
should go ask them.
No, I was asked. That was a question for the DM.
Are you going
Yeah,
up top?
I'm looking in the direction of this person.
Well, he's
Upstairs.
up on deck.
Yeah, Syvyan has already left to go upstairs.
I'll follow Syvyan.
Okay, for a second I thought
I'm
we'd already
following
left the
Syvyan
ship.
as well.
I
So,
help
yeah.
you, sir.
You see a very slim human with black hair, beady blue eyes. He adjusts his bifocals. Yes, docking fees, please. And why are you here?
Repairs, supply, replenishment. As for
Indeed.
the docking fee, I will direct you to the captain. Graves, you
Yes,
have
yes,
paperwork
yes.
to deal with.
Everything should be in order. I take all the necessary papers out of my desk, make a few notes in the log book, for the budget and everything, and I hand him the paperwork and the docking fees.
Yes, you're just in time for a good day. Good, yes.
Why?
Oh, we are having an execution today.
Oh, so good, clean public entertainment. Then who's the poor chap?
Indeed. It is a dwarf with no tongue, yes.
Huh? What's his crime?
Treason.
Oh,
A dwarf with no tongue.
Yes.
Does that sound
no.
familiar to you?
Do you remember one of the fellows that Dante was in prison with?
Vaguely? Oh, wait
One
a
of them.
minute.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah,
I need
actually,
stuff.
yes. How about you all wait here? Can I have the paperwork, please?
there you are.
Thank you. Stay here just a moment. I will come back with finalization.
Yeah, because Verkon needs metal, and I need to spend money from our last job. So,
And he quickly scuttles off the ship.
You
I'm
should
gonna
have
look
said
at
that.
Syvyan. I'm regretting those decisions right now.
Which decisions?
We're in the the whole Church of Mrrrphl. They're here. Do you know who Mrrrphl hates? Dante. And Dante was in a cell with a guy that they are currently about to execute for treason.
That's
Moments later,
What?
12 plate armored people appear with spears pointed at all of you.
Yep.
Now what?
Me and my big mouth.
Is there a problem?
They make way as a giant, hulking piece of metal. And you don't know if it's human, because everything you see is covered in this shiny plate, and the helmet is of a lion's mouth. I need you to come with me for questioning.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I am the captain and second priest of the Church of Mrrrphl.
The Church of Mrrrphl. I'm not entirely familiar with this area. What is exactly that you need to question us?
He looks at, the helmet moves over to Rose. I need you to come with me, dear.
On what grounds?
On the grounds of you knowing Dante,
Yes,
a wanted criminal.
he is a drow with one eye, who follows the Blackwood mercenaries.
Give me a deception.
Not entirely a deception, given the fact
It
that
is
is
giving
actually
the
true.
fact that you know exactly you're lying.
True. Pray for
Nice
me
try.
here.
Hang on a
Nice try.
second. Hang on a
Hold
second.
on.
I'm going to.
Fuck.
Hang on. I was
Nope.
about to say that I use subtle spell enhance ability to give her advantage on that deception.
Which would be
I
a
will-
14.
I will not allow it.
Yeah.
However, I will boost it to a 16.
Okay, give me a
Thank
second.
you.
I need you to come with me.
I will see you all later.
Bye, Rose.
Bye.
On the
Well-
grounds that she
Morrigan,
is
help me.
my wife, I wish to accompany her.
Yes.
On the grounds of denied. She will come back if deemed appropriate.
Very well.
And if
Is there a
not-
place that we can collect her from your custody once your questions have been satisfactorily answered?
She will be released at the church.
Very well.
And if she isn't?
Then I guess you'll find out.
So
Sure,
what
it's
did this
all-
what did this Dante guy do? Is he like the guy who must not be named?
Dante is wanted for summoning demons and killing, and hierarchy.
Wow. All of that sounds like a dangerous character.
He's very unstable and has many anger issues.
Quite a few
Is
people I
there
know, though.
a reward for his capture by any chance?
The reward was 1,400 platinum.
How
Was.
much?
He has been captured.
Ah.
At least I believe. No more
What a shame.
questions. Come with me.
Yes, sir.
And who might I need to speak to at your church in regards to my wife's custody?
You can talk to one of the altar boys or the clergymen for all I care.
Syvyan, let it go. I'm sure that once Rose answers the nice man's questions, she will be released immediately.
It's all right, my love. However, afterwards, you and I are going shopping. You're not getting out of it. I've been on a damn date in forever.
No.
Yes, I'm coming.
As she walks off, he turns and all of them, the rest of them, wait for them to leave. Wait a few moments before they all turn and walk down. And then the scrawny man walks back up. Yes, your paperwork is aligned. We will start
Excellent.
repairs immediately.
Much appreciated. When
Have
they are
fun in
complete,
Basinmere.
yes. When they are complete, I'll come and settle the bill and sign the release paperwork.
Yes.
All right. And with that, I guess we all leave the ship.
Hi.
Aye.
I have metal to buy.
And given what we've just witnessed, let's all be a bit more circumspect about,
Mentioning
Speaking
his
of-
name.
yes, people we may or may not have encountered. It's a shame about the reward, though.
Verkon starts chuckling himself as he leaves.
So, we're going to go over to Rose. And after about a half-hour walk, you're taken to a church. And it is a beautiful church. You hear a sermon, you believe, going on, but you are taken around back down to a cellar door. And he escorts you. He doesn't push you or anything. He's actually quite a gentleman. He opens the door and gestures for you to come in. After you, ma'am.
Thank you. I walk in.
And you see a table with a chair, and behind the giant chair is a cell. It doesn't look like anyone's in it. Have a seat.
I sit down cautiously.
Now, Dante. And if I think you're lying, I will cast a spell. Or you will be compelled to tell the truth. Do you understand?
As for my information on Dante, I do not have, honestly, much, as we only travelled for a short while together.
Tell me everything that you know about him.
Well, you were completely correct on the anger issues. I will fully admit that. Let's see here. When we met, he tried to kill my husband. He was a part of... Rose gets a little sly smile to herself. He was once part of the crew of Captain Robert. He would have far more information for you.
Ah, so we can add piracy to his list of crimes. Very well. And how did you know he was a part of Robert's crew?
Well, I knew Robert for a short period of time.
I see.
Not as lovers, putting that out there right now.
I see.
As to any other information I would have on him, last time I saw him, he was in a bad mood and walked into a jungle, and that was that.
Roll me a deception.
I'm supposed to be good at this! That's an 8! I'm supposed to be good at this!
You see him put the quill down, and you see a circle begin to form around the table that you're sitting at, and it glows a
Right.
bright white.
Alright. Last I saw, he had been in a fight, and he got dragged off by what we assumed were your men.
I still need a charisma saving throw, unless you're choosing to fail.
I'm gonna give that charisma saving throw, thank you very much. That's a 14.
You are compelled to tell the truth. Did he have a red necklace?
Yes.
Was he very protective over it?
Sort of. He seemed to argue with it a lot.
What did he say about his mother?
Rose takes a moment to collect herself with what she is about to say, recognizing that this is going to be really bad. He said that he was not the one who had sent her to hell, and that it was his father who had done so.
I see. Are you friends with him?
I was.
What do you mean by was?
I do not know if he is alive. How can you be friends with someone who is dead?
That is fair. What, and your name?
Rose.
The last name?
Gonna bite me in the ass. Daddy, forgive me. Blackwood.
And why is a Blackwood not traveling on a Blackwood ship?
Because I left to follow my own path, and also because I had made a mistake that had caused my best friend to die, and wasn't very confident in myself. And I really wish you would take this off of me, because I'm feeling like I am revealing far too much.
I mean, I could get deeper.
Please don't.
Do you have any plans to ally yourself with Dante again if the moment would occur?
I don't know.
I'll be keeping an eye on you, Blackwood.
I figured as much. At least keep it actually above shoulder level.
Trust
Otherwise,
me,
I have a feeling my husband's going to be unhappy.
not my type.
Well,
Dismissed.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Oh, and Blackwood.
Yes.
May Mrrrphl watch over you while you're here.
I'm going to turn around and I'm about to probably kill myself. And may Morrigan watch over you.
Yes, I hope that cunt watches me while I sleep. Carry on.
Fair enough.
What
And I
are the
will
rest of
leave.
you guys doing?
Syvyan would have followed after them and waited outside the church.
Okay, you hear a sermon going on.
Ace is strolling around the marketplace.
Okay. I am, sort of ambling, no particular direction, just observing what I see, making note of anything interesting, sticking with the group for the most part.
So you're all in the marketplace.
Pretty much.
None of the shops are open at the moment. As you all see in the marketplace, a giant gathering of people.
Ah, yes, the execution.
Yes. I guess we're watching an execution.
Mostly, I'd rather.
What is the mood of the crowd like?
Oh, they are ecstatic.
Is there anyone making any announcements about who's about to be executed, or
There is a lot of paladins standing around at the top. and you see a dwarf who is very short and stout, very long black beard, a little bit of a bald spot on the top, in very rugged clothes, and it looks like he's been beaten and battered as he's being held up by one of the paladins. As a man appears, and you see this long silver-like hair and a blue monocle where the lens is entirely blue over, and he's wearing a majestic preacher robe with the symbol of Mrrrphl all over it. And everyone gets quiet as this man, and you feel mad energy all around you as his voice booms throughout for everyone to hear. Welcome, everyone, to the execution of the dwarf, Ulfgar, the traitor. And everyone starts cheering.
Of course, of course.
Is there a joke I'm not in on here?
You'll find out later.
Okay.
This no-tongued traitor tried to kill me and was on the run, and he was caught in a half-elf or halfling outpost, or he broke free. Thankfully, we got word that he was there and of his escape, and we captured him. And you hear everyone in the crowd go, "Praise Mrrrphl! Praise Mrrrphl!" And you hear some people go, as you see at this point the knight from earlier come up, and he's holding now a great axe that is a very nice design. And they push the dwarf onto the ground with his head resting on a block. And the man turns and he goes, "I would say any last words, but you can't talk."
Ace is going to quickly disappear into the closest shop so she does not have to see this.
Interesting.
Give me a stealth check.
Hmm?
Give me a stealth check. Are you being sneaky about it?
No, I just
Okay.
don't want to witness it.
Okay, that's fair. And he grabs the axe and he lifts it up, and everyone's cheering, and then they all go quiet as the man stands there. I, the head father of the Church of Mrrrphl, Father Brigane, do not hope, kind sir, that Mrrrphl watches over you. I hope that he spits you to the deepest parts of hell for your punishment in the afterlife. And he snaps his fingers as the axe goes, and you see the dwarf's head roll off. And into the crowd as the crowd cheers. And the man turns, "Praise Mrrrphl, and may his sock hole watch over all of you." And he steps down as you see the paladins follow in suit with the heavily armored one with the lion helm right behind him.
I whisper to the rest of the group, "Do any of you know anything about this dwarf?"
No.
Nope, not at all.
Wonder what got him here. I'd ask him myself, but I'd ask him myself, but I can't do necromancy.
We're going to take a quick break real quick.
Okay.
Yep, no worries.
Use 10.
Unpause.
Awesome. So, we are going to over to the two at the Church of Mrrrphl. Let me go ahead and show you the map of the church.
You sound like Kermit.
There's the church.
Alright, let me plop Syvyan down.
Rose, you'd be walking out like on the right side.
Okay. Walking along. Ah, Syvyan.
Good, they did let you out.
Yes. And I have a feeling the next time we see Dante, he's going to be very mad at me.
We'll talk about that someone else. Alan, you said you wanted to go shopping.
So can we?
Of course. I believe... I mean... We have enough cash, I assume, so... Let's see if we can get something nice for ourselves, shall we?
Indeed.
Awesome. You're all in the market square as business is picking back up. Market square is like right over here.
Do I see them coming back?
No, in a few times, yeah.
A few
By
times.
the time that the paladins and the High Father are out of your view entirely, you see them coming in.
Ah. Well, they've made it back. That's promising. But we're not out of the woods yet.
Well, they got back just in time, too. The shops are opening back up.
I need to debrief them. Feel free to look around, but do let me know if you start to get too far.
Well, I know where to find you. I know where the ship's docked.
True. So I walk over to the returning pair. How did it go?
Rose is just going to grimace.
Not badly.
Let's just say I'm in trouble.
Well, we knew that when armed men showed up to take you away. Question is,
no.
What kind of trouble are you in, and how bad is it?
The Church of Mrrrphl is going to be keeping its eye on me, apparently, while I'm in town. My father is going to be pissed when he finds out what happened and the fact that they now know my last name. Roberts is going to be less than happy because I've now put the Church of Mrrrphl on his said trail.
Clever. That's hopefully it doesn't cause any trouble for us. But clever.
And Rose is going to whisper this part. And Stimmie, I see him. If I ever see him again.
You kind of cut out. What'd you say?
And Dante's going to be pissed at me if he ever sees me again.
Dante is a wanted criminal who may or may not have been apprehended. And by the way, if anyone should ask you in the future, we are freelance mercenaries and bounty hunters.
So you want to fly my father's flag?
Given that it's generally a bad idea to fly someone else's flag unless they've specifically told you can, and I don't want...
Hi, my father is the head of the Blackwood Mercenary. If I say it's okay, he's not going to question. Well, he might. And then he's going to want to get to know you, which he may challenge you to some drinking. I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably going to lose.
The point is, it's a cover story. I'm not intending to actually enter your father's service. But if anyone asks, you can tell them truthfully that I have informed you that we are freelance mercenaries and bounty hunters. Independent for now. We might join up with a larger group later. But for now, we're independent. Making a name for ourselves.
Alright.
Yeah, and if anyone asks, you can tell them that, and it'll be true, because that is what I have just told you.
Indeed.
It always helps to think through these things in case you get magically compelled during interrogations.
Why do you think I'm thankful that one of my friends is also named Dante? That's the drow with one eye.
What a wonderful coincidence.
He's really
So-
sweet.
Do you know if they actually did catch him or not? Did you...
Well,
Get
given
any-
the fact that they're still looking for him.
Yeah, it does seem odd for them to be so interested in you if they already have him in custody. But still, if they're going to be watching you, that means they're going to be watching us, so we'd all be keeping one eye out and looking over our shoulders while we're here.
Now, on to the real reason as why we're here. She motions to the shops. I'm going on a date with my husband.
Well, have fun, you two.
Enjoy hunting for new crew members.
Who is shopping for what?
I'm off looking for a guy that has magic items, but I don't know somebody that might be able to enhance my longsword.
So,
I don't
Smith,
even know what. I don't even know what shop I hopped into.
roll me a D100.
Deep?
Yeah, and let me know what you
Magic.
rolled.
All right.
Magic
all right.
items, a better weapon, and better armor.
Armor is a good idea.
67.
You landed in a massage therapist area.
Lovely.
As
You were 2 away from a brothel.
Treat yourself!
as a woman with snake-like skin appears going through the door. Ah, yes, are you here for an appointment?
Do you accept walk-ins?
Splendid. Let's see here. Are you going for the full treatment?
You know, why the hell no? It's been a while since I've been on land.
Perfect. So after the tax and everything, it will be 220 gold.
Gee. Let me see. Calculator. I need the calculator. Do. All right. She hands her the cash. She
You
hands the
see
gold.
her. You see her put 200 in what looks like a register, and then 20 in a jar.
Tip jar.
I approve.
This way, please.
She quickly falls behind.
She gestures you to a table where a pillow is, and gestures for you to lay down. And as you do, you see that your face, like, there's a hole in the table for your face where you lay on the pillow to look at the floor. Are you familiar with acupuncture?
Never received it myself, but I've heard quite a few things.
Good. This will be pleasant for both of us.
I'm so scared. I am so fucking scared.
You will be getting the benefit of a long rest from this, but it will take some time as
Oh,
she
hell yeah.
massages you, and you feel little needles go into your body, and you feel like your chakra is being moved around with the needles, but it's relaxing, and you feel your body untense, like it's never been relaxed before.
Oh, hell yeah.
So she's
I
out
need
of the
that
picture
in
for a
my
little bit.
life.
What are y'all
I
doing?
need that in some.
I guess I'm gonna look at magical items. If
Okay.
we will not, till I
Anyone
find
else going
something
in?
better to do?
Anyone else looking at magical items?
Magical items, please.
Okay, so all of you go to the magical item shop, and you see a human, an old man. He's wearing a top hat, a very dusty brown coat. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to me shop.
Oh, dear
As you
God.
see, one of his eyes twitches, and his mouth is like permanently stuck in a half smile.
Huh. Oh, shopkeeper. What do you have?
He points to everything. Items. Are you blind? I can cure that.
No, yes, we see the items. typically when someone comes into your shop, you give them a whole spiel, explain what you have, give them some suggestions on what to buy, that type of.
Okay, suggestion. Buy something. Yes.
Okay, you're not a very good salesman, are you?
You're
Right.
not the brightest person, are you? Yes, I am clearly above you intellectually.
Rose is going to put her hand on Graves' shoulder. Graves, calm
Mhm.
down. It's okay.
No, he just reminds me of someone. Anyway,
Don't embarrass us.
wouldn't dream of it. Okay, but what do I see in this for sale?
You see weapons, you see armors, you see potions, you see books, you see scrolls.
Okay. It's a bit vague.
Um,
Okay.
I guess I'll pull out my sword and I'll approach the guy. I've had this sword for quite a while. I was wondering if you could possibly enhance it magically.
Oh, this weapon's from the east. Oh, you're one of them. Yes, I can do this. Yes, this is the way. I got this. Give it to me.
Alright, it's already enchanted. I was hoping to get something that would give it a little more oomph.
He puts his tongue on the blade and moves upward, and you see him. It tastes like bitch magic. I will do better.
How long will you need to do it?
You see him pull a potion out. 30 minutes.
How much will it cost?
It depends, because I don't know what I'm going to do to it.
Well, try to keep it under 250 platinum. Please.
Holy shit! He pulls out 2 potions. I got you. Anyone else? As his eyes start switching.
How high is this thing?
What do you want? Do you want me to taste your magic on your weapon and make it better?
I don't have any magic on my weapon.
Do you want magic on your weapons? Do you want magic on your clothes? Do you want magic on your undergarments? Do you want magic in your hair?
I've already got magical hair. How about
Magic on
weapon
hair.
and armor?
May I lick your armor, please?
I will give him my armor and my rapier.
He like licks from like the bottom to the top. Blech. Some dirt. And then he licks the
Sorry.
blade. Ugh. This is poor craftsmanship. Ugh. Yes, I can do this. Pulls out another potion. I will need 2 hours.
Thank you.
Anyone else so far?
Can
Well.
you strengthen my armor?
That is basically
Is that
what I
made
was
out of a
thinking as
shock?
well.
My old
Please tell me.
My old
Oh,
one,
okay.
yes. This is a new metal contraption of which I have acquired recently.
He looks at it. Let me see what I can do.
It's the,
What do you want it to do?
It's the adamantine chainmail, so mainly just looking to, up its like plate or something.
He licks
Yeah,
it.
I kind of want to strengthen my armor too.
Adamantium. I haven't tasted this since the one man came to town. Yes. I can
Nothing wrong
try.
with that.
Adamantium is hard to work with.
Hmm.
And he pulls out another potion, but this potion has 2 phoenixes on it. I will need 3 hours.
Hold. Where
Yes.
did you get
Hold-
that?
hold. Hold what? Hold me? Hold you? Hug?
Hold the moment. That potion, where did you get it?
I made it.
Huh.
And
Where did you?
the crest? Do you work with that company?
Company? You mean Olivine?
Yes.
I don't work with a company. That's Alphine. Learn your creatures.
Alphine?
It's the 2-headed phoenix of creation.
Huh.
So
Is that your personal symbol, or is that like part of some kind of guild or something?
It's a literal ancient being, you ignorant buffoon.
How do you spell the name, please?
I
How
don't
is
know.
this?
I don't know.
I was asking the DM.
I'm waiting for the I don't know.
Thank you.
I don't know. You think I prepped this shit? Fuck you.
Ah, the life of being a DM.
It seems I have to go and find myself a library yet again.
Oh, be careful of the library tax.
I'm sorry, library tax?
Yes, to check out a book, there is the book fee and the tax.
How much is the tax, I wonder?
I don't know, 20% of whatever the book is?
So don't leave with the book.
No, it's just to read the book. There's a book tax.
That's...
Just like there's a tax for me to do all this stuff, yes.
Who collects all these taxes?
The church?
Of course.
They hate knowledge.
No, they implore people to do it, but the church is, our government, and they have taxes.
Wait,
But charging to read is the opposite of letting people involved.
So-
It stifles them.
so the church is
Yeah,
now
come.
the leader of this nation?
They have been for like the past 495 to 500 years. What do? Live in the ocean?
I don't live here.
I'm sorry. This place is great! I get away with a lot of tax evasion, if you know what I'm saying.
Ah,
I
You
am
gotta- well, how do you manage that? You got somebody on the inside,
Because
some
of my
means.
experimentation, I am deemed insane. But I'm the only magic shop in town! Those fools!
So you have a monopoly. That's impressive.
Get away with it. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Right. Well,
Into a frog.
I don't doubt it. Shopkeeper, what do you make of this? I show him my lightning-clad flame-tongue rapier.
It looks alright, I guess. But a 4 out of 10, if I had to be a judge on the craftsmanship. He licks the
Well-
light. Ooh, that's shocking. Maybe, just maybe, I can make it better.
All right.
But that
How
will
long
take
would
me
it
all
take
night.
you?
All night?
Wow. I suppose it is a rather old piece.
It looks like my grandpa's walking stick. And he's dead.
And how much would that cost?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do to it. I'm more of an in the moment kind of guy, and my experiments go kaboom or hell yeah.
I see. Well, this piece, given its age, has some sentimental value to me, so I'd rather not experiment on it. However, what can you do with a dagger?
Is it a normal dagger? A magic
you will
dagger?
it's a normal dagger. You'll be starting from scratch. You can.
I don't know.
It's a blank canvas.
Ooh, I like blank canvases. I'm gonna throw a lot of magic at it and see what sticks.
Very well. I hand him one of my daggers because I have 4 of these things.
Yes.
All right, and I'm just gonna start looking around at what's on sale in the shop.
You see a lot of different magical items. Depends on what you're looking for.
Okay.
Let me show you the picture of this man. There you go.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in for this.
Yeah,
I
about what I expected.
would also like to look around.
I feel like this is a
Alright.
reference.
It's not.
It
What do
is.
you want?
All right. First up, do I see any potions? Of
Yes.
Any kind? Okay. Are they labeled?
No.
Of course not. Why would they be? That's unhelpful.
What do you want?
Why aren't your potion? You know what? I'm not
Because I
even
know what they are.
Of course you do, but how am I as a customer supposed to decide?
Because
what
you
to
ask
buy?
and I point.
What
What
do you
if
have
you're
for health
busy?
potions?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you have for health potions?
Common and greater. Yes. I haven't made superior yet. They keep blowing up on my face.
Oof.
Lovely.
How much is the armor and the weapon going to run me?
I don't know.
How much are the health potions?
Oh, after tax, like 60 gold apiece for common. For greater, 120 apiece. No, I lied. 140. Yes, after tax.
I think I shall wait to buy anything else until after I know
Write that down.
on how much that's going to cost me.
Common
Yes.
health potion is 60.
Hey, you want to see something that I found that's magic that you can experiment with, and we can figure out what it does?
Maybe? Does helium raise your voice? Tell me more.
I pull out the balance of harmony.
What is that?
Found it in a tomb.
You need to attune. We'll go attune to it.
No. I found it in a tomb.
Oh, my
The ground
hearing's
opened
bad.
up and I fell into a tomb, and things tried to kill me. A Coyotel? that
Wait,
w-
you're
I
all
freed
adventurous.
David?
You're all adventurous. Yes.
Yeah.
No, get out of town.
Well, we
Except
are
I like to
from
make stuff
out of
more than-
town.
Okay, well, you can leave. I don't like you. You're too serious.
We do
Rest-
some part-time adventuring.
Yes, I will give you a discount. If you tell me a tale that is awesome and full of science and magic and badassery.
I look
Immediately points
at-
to Verkon.
I look at Verkon. Dino Island?
Dino Island.
Dino
what is
Island.
this dino you speak of?
So,
I'm gonna let Verkon tell the story.
so I was asleep. We had a Minotaur who was captaining the boat, and he got everyone lost. And we ended up finding this random ass island. So we go to shore, and there's these big freaking creatures. They tower over most of the buildings here. And there's some small ones, some fog people, and this dude who's really scruffy with this big ol' axe. As we're exploring this place, trying to figure out what it is, the group splits in half, and all of us go falling in. We ended up nearly getting one person turned to paste because we ended up in a tomb or a temple, and these two massive stone boulders just slammed this whole place shut. A vampire crawled out of a casket, grabbed an axe, and started wailing and trying to kill everyone. As another person grabbed this orb from a door, threw it into the room, and made all the bats fall asleep.
They made an orb do what?
The orb filled the room with a gas, and it knocked out all the bats.
No.
It almost knocked us out, too. It was weird, but none of us fell asleep. I was kind of annoyed. I wanted to experiment on that thing.
Give me a performance with advantage. As he has now pulled out almonds and he's eating it out of a bag.
Damn it. I'm going to go
Oh.
ahead and throw the extra 5 on it. So it'll be a 13.
Not
Flash
the best story. You guys must be new adventurers. But still, that was awesome. There was a beginning, a middle. I kind of cried in the middle, and then an end. Yes, I will give you a 20% discount. So I will not let you charge tax. Yes. Good, get out of my shop. I will have work to do.
Have fun with this. Experiment as you will. I'm leaving him with the freaking balance of harmony.
Were there any resistance potions?
No! Only healing right now. Resistance.
Okay.
I've only made it permanently on me. I have not yet been able to make it stick
for others.
Fair. I'll take. Hang on, let me look at what the. I'm trying to remember what the rule is for what potions restore how much.
Which one are you looking at?
Common or
Common's
greater?
2d4 plus 2, greater is 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, 2d4 plus 2 and 44 plus 4?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. That's 2, 10. Okay. And you said there were 60 each for the common ones and 140 for the greater ones.
120.
No, 130.
Oh, 130, my bad.
Okay.
He dropped the tax.
Okay. So 60 and 130.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to spend. Give me a second. Let me do a little quick calculation. Uh, 2 times 130. Okay, and okay, so I will buy 2 of the graders and 4 of the commons. So that's a total of 500.
That sounds right. Yes. Give me gold. Or platinum.
There you are.
He bites every coin before throwing it in the register.
Bam! Machine gun biting.
All right. Vamonos!
Do you
Oh,
have...
were there?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to ask you if I saw any rings in the shop.
No, you do not.
Nah, dang.
Do you have any charms of which that protect you against poison?
I can make one, but that'll take me a week. Because after I work on all of your items, I will be out for 3 days so I can sleep.
So you do not have such a thing already present.
No, the church frowns upon that kind of stuff.
Of course they do.
Protection against poison? Weird.
Yeah, because they bless all of our food and water so that way we don't get poisoned.
It's another monopoly, you see.
Why bother with protection if they'd already take care of it for us? Duh. Silly man.
And I do not believe I can think of anything else.
Awesome. Come back tomorrow for all of your items. Be gone. And he takes and picks them all up, and he hops like a bunny. And you hear a giant thud. Ow, my foot! Do you leave?
Well, we can't exactly stay, can we?
Well, we could, but
Well, Syvyan, my love, shall we go and get something to eat?
Might as well.
Rose, give me a perception check.
Oh dear. $14.
So as you guys are all leaving, unless someone is staying, say now or forever hold your peace.
nope, not saying.
As you're all leaving, Rose, out of the corner of your eye, you're seeing Mirror. And when you see the mirror, you see something weird. And you do a quick take while you're walking with Syvyan. You see that your skin's green in the mirror. And you see that your skin is actually wrinkled of an old woman. And you see bits and pieces of your hair falling. But when you look down at yourself, you see your skin to be what you appear to be normal.
I approach the mirror. Can I insight the mirror?
You can inside a mirror?
I'm going to try and insight the mirror to try. You know what? Actually, investigation would be better.
Okay.
Alright. A4. I'm doing
Yeah.
great tonight.
It is a mirror.
Do I see her staring at the mirror?
You can, yeah.
Rose, what are you doing?
Does this mirror interest you?
More of my reflection in it.
I look at her reflection
You
in the
see
mirror.
the same thing.
I turn and look back at her. Is she normal?
Yeah, she's normal.
Look back at the mirror. Look at her.
Well,
Look at the mirror.
this mirror is defective.
I'm gonna walk over
Where's
to
this mirror at exactly?
Or
It's on a wall.
possessed. I'm not sure which.
Is it like outside the magic dude's shop?
No, it's in the shop still.
Oh, we're in the shop still.
Yeah, I said as you were walking out.
What do I see for my reflection in the mirror? Is it normal?
Yeah.
So I have a normal reflection,
Yes.
and she does not.
Here, I can solve the problem right now. I'll pull out my short sword and try to catch her reflection in my short sword.
You see what everyone else sees looking at her normally.
It's okay.
Then it's the mirror.
It's magic. Plus,
Is there something special about this mirror?
Clearly. Rose, what exactly are we looking at?
I don't quite know.
I looked to see if there's like a tag or something that on the mirror.
There is no tag, but there are what you think to be faded out symbols along the side.
Does anyone have any paper and a writing implement?
Verkon, hearing this, already starts jotting it down.
Thank you, Verkon. You are exceedingly dependable.
Excuse me, sir. Is there anything special about this mirror?
Are you going to the back room?
Oh, he's already gone.
Yeah, he went
I guess
back there.
He's already gone.
Syvyan's talking to himself, turns and looks into. Oh, he's gone already. Never mind.
Strange.
When we come back tomorrow, we can ask him about it.
That we can. Does this have anything to do with the witch?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I thought that might be the case too. But if it were just a normal mirror and that were the case, shouldn't that also be reflected in, say, like my short sword?
It's a magic mirror. So...
Yeah, something about her connection to this witch is reacting with the mirror. What is your connection to the witch exactly?
I will explain that in a more private setting.
That's fair.
Food.
So,
I'm debating
materials.
whether or not I want to poke it.
Lots of materials. Oh yeah.
Syvyan grabs her hand and starts walking out of the shop.
Alright. Apparently I'm being dragged away.
Well,
Bye.
let's see what else is around.
Verkon takes off so he could go get metals and stuff, everything for making the limbs. And, as an aside, he's also got to find an apothecary and get a bunch of materials.
What kind of materials?
Well, since he got the book, he's going to just make a best educated guess, because he wants explosive powder.
Okay. Give me a D100. Give me 2 of them.
$39 and 4.
Okay, for the metal, I already told you it was 100 gold. 20%, so 120, and you can get the metal you believe to be enough to make the arm and the leg and the hand.
All right, 120.
You are going around town for the rest of the day gathering random items. Go to the DMG and... Actually, no, I'll just tell you a flat amount. Take 400 gold away from you.
All right, so 520?
Yes, and that will be an all-day thing for you going shop to shop with random items that you are going to try and buy.
I'm going to be walking back with the biggest bag of freaking different shit to test with.
Meanwhile, you two lovebirds, there's a food court. You can get whatever food you want. All the food is 25 gold.
Damn, that's expensive ass food.
Food tax.
Is it a buffet?
No. They're shops.
Dang.
So whatever flavorful idea you want to do, it is 25 gold for the 2 of you. And that is
Wow.
food and drink.
Both of us are 25 each.
Both of you. So 12 gold and 5 silver.
Okay.
That's expensive. I'm just going to buy a bunch of rations.
Perfect. Rations are 1 gold apiece.
Ooh, I think that's expensive for rations, too.
It is.
Very.
And that's what
an
they're
expensive
taxed.
city.
They tax the shit out of everything. Yeah.
We need to have a Boston Tea Party.
Grave,
I'm in full agreement.
what are you doing?
Well, while I'm walking around with the rest of the group, I'm keeping my eyes and ears open for anything that might be useful or helpful or point me in the direction of anyone who might be open to working for us.
Give me a perception and a D200.
A D200?
Yes.
He did not stutter.
Okay. Hang on, I'm trying to remember how the command key works.
Well, do perception first.
R. Okay, perception first.
A 16.
Okay. 16. And okay, so it's slash roll 1D200.
Yes.
Okay.
And you only need the
150.
So I got a 16 on my perception check and a 150 on
Oh,
the
boy.
D200.
Cool. You've activated my trap card.
So,
Oh boy.
You are the trap.
Graves, you're listening around. You
Mhm.
hear a few things. One of them is the prison had a very unruly fight, it seems. As you hear 2 guards talking, and you hear one go, "Did you hear about the other night?" "Hell yeah, I did, man. That one dude got fucked up." "Yeah, and he was only here for 1 week after being deployed." "Hell yeah." Then he comes back, gets put on prison duty, and gets fucked up again. Poor kid. He's in the infirmary, right? "Yeah, I think so. They said that whoever the fuck did it broke both of his legs." "Holy shit." "Yeah, well, don't go on prison duty. Fuck that place. I hate that place." "Hell yeah. I mean, Mrrrphl, yeah."
By the way, DM, how do you spell Mrrrphl?
Mrrrpphll.
You
L times infinity.
You
You don't spell this son of a bitch.
2
Literally,
R's.
it's Mrrrrphl.
Is he serious?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you
It's actually
find...
it's actually 2
Don't
R's.
worry about it.
Just
you
don't.
dare.
Just don't.
If
Okay.
you want to learn the religion and the history of this religion, go ahead and go to the goddamn church.
Okay. All right. Noted. All right. Well, I'll tuck that information away, and when I catch up to Ryoma, I will share with him what I have learned.
Okay, share it.
Okay. So apparently there was an altercation at the prison. One of the rookie guards got busted up pretty badly. It seems this might be a more fertile ground for recruiting than I thought. But we'll have to find some way of, getting them out of there without arousing suspicion.
Well, every city has its seedy sections. I'm sure that this one is no different.
True enough, assuming the Church of Mrrrphl hasn't stamped or taxed it out of existence.
Well, the more you try to stamp it out of existence, the more it'll thrive.
There you go again with that samurai wisdom. Well, once we've met up with the others, we can devise a plan and see what we can get out of it.
Well, while everybody else is getting food and shopping for materials, maybe we should make our way around town and see if there are any seedy bars or taverns that we might be able to recruit from.
I'd thought about that, but I don't know the lay of this place. I wouldn't know where to start. If
Could always ask
only
the Dog
Syvyan
Master.
weren't busy. Oh, right. Yes, he seems exactly like the sort of person who knows where the seedy part of town is.
Well, we don't necessarily have to ask him where the seedy part of town is. We could
You just
simply
have
ask
to
him.
ask him where we shouldn't go. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Huh. This is why I keep you around, Rihanna.
Just using my common sense.
All right. We'll have to go ask him. Where's Ace?
I haven't seen her since we actually started shopping. I have no idea where she is.
Well, I suppose if anything starts burning, we'll just walk in that direction.
That's a fair assessment.
Meanwhile, Rose is giving Syvyan puppy dog eyes for ice cream.
He's already paid for food.
Yay.
So, are you going to the dockmaster?
Yep.
About an hour later, you're back at the dock, and you see him at his little, stand area, filing paperwork, messing with his bifocals to read better. Is that a 7 or an L? I can never read. Yes, what can I help you with?
Oh, a couple of things. First, can you give us an estimate on when the repairs will be completed?
Well, let's see here. You're the one from today.
And he flips through some paperwork, and he licks a finger and flips to it in a book. Your repairs, you have a damaged mast. You have, it looks like anchor marks, I would assume. It looks similar to an anchor indent, or maybe some magical ballista on the top deck. That was a piss poor job done on the bottom of the boat. You're all looking about I don't know, after tax. We can give a little bit of a discount because you're new. How does 300 platinum sound?
I suppose that's about what we could have expected. But as far as when the repairs will be complete?
Oh, yes. 1 week. If you want it expedited to 3 days from now, that would be an additional 150 platinum.
I see. Well, since we are going to be here for a little while anyway, and we don't know the area that well, could you give us any advice about what parts of town we should be staying away from?
The town is literally under the entire protection of the Church of Mrrrphl. No place is deemed bad.
So it's safe everywhere then. That's very rare indeed.
Of course, Mrrrphl watches over all of us. Also, I need the money now.
Excuse me? Didn't I pay you already?
You paid the docking fee, not the repair fee.
Fine. I'll go through the books and make sure everything is balanced, and I'll be back momentarily.
Yes.
Okay. So I go to the book where we keep all of the accounts and everything. Do the math.
You do not have enough money.
By how much are we short?
200 platinum.
Interesting. All right. I make a note of this in the book, and I come back to the fellow. So it would appear that we are currently short. However, I can pay you some upfront. We'll do some work while we're in town to make up the difference, and I will have the rest for you when we return.
Well, when you get the money, you can then pay for it. Until then, there will be an additional 200 gold per week.
Very well.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Thank you for your information.
Yes, quite. Please leave. I have a lot of work to do.
Actually, I have another question.
Yes?
if we wanted to replace some crewmen that actually died or in a attack on the open sea, where would we go in the town to actually hire these people?
I don't know. You can try the marketplace or a tavern. There's 2 taverns in town. Take your pick.
Well, I didn't know there were 2 taverns. I was hoping that you could tell me where those 2 taverns are.
I gotta do everything for you new people. Yes!
You do.
Yes. One tavern is right here. As he points on a map of the city. There's one here. There's one here. Holy shit, someone sneezed. And there is one over here. Near the recruitment center for the paladins. Yes.
I would say let's try the one closest to the docks first.
Very well. But we'll have to be shrewd about it. It seems that everyone charges tax around here.
Well, we're hiring people. We're not interacting with the government directly.
Yeah. All the same. We just have to be careful to find people who are willing to do the work required and who won't charge us over much.
That's true.
Good help is hard to find, especially when it's mercenaries. Very well, let's be off.
I'm gonna pause on you two. Ace is getting her massage still, enjoying life. There's steam in the room from how hot you're getting, but the snake lady don't mind.
She's a snake, of course you don't mind.
You two at the food court. I need a perception check from Rose.
Eating my ice cream. 15.
You see markings that you believe to be familiar at the gyro stand.
Ooh.
They're called heroes?
Yeah.
In this world, they're gyros. You can shut up over there before I acupuncture your ass.
The snake lady already isn't. Alright, I will go over there and look at the markings.
It says, ask for the Yuan Tea special. As a halfling is standing there looking at him. How can I help? You want a gyro?
What kind do you have?
And you want? I got beef, I got pork, I got chicken, I got unicorn, I got... No,
Give me a lamb.
What is
Huh?
a unicorn?
Lamb.
I mean, I got lamb, yeah.
Actually, Rose to herself in her head, I'm probably going to regret this. May I know about this Yuan Tea special?
He raises an eyebrow at you. Huh? You want a Yuan Tea special? Yeah. Sit down.
I sit down.
He claps his hands, lets out a cough, and the curtains behind you close. And he stabs a knife in front of you. What are you looking for?
What did you get us into, dear?
I don't know yet.
Well, you knew the sign. You must know thieves can't.
Indeed I did.
So,
So tell me, friend. You would happen to know where we could go to replenish our crew, would you?
here, you got a chance. But, good luck. Taverns, to my knowledge, might have undercovers looking for people that are pirates.
Oh, lovely. Are there any places that would be safe?
I don't know. My pockets feel a little light for that. I don't know what to pitch me to think about it.
I will hand him a couple gold. 4
Lady.
gold, to be exact. For the moment.
Lady. If you're just beginning to be a thief, you need to, step up your game from one veteran to a new person.
Oh no, I'm just giving you that for the moment.
Well, that
And
will
I
get
pull
you
out...
to pick my nose.
Mm-hmm. And I pull out 2 platinum.
Ooh, okay. Now, you know what? I just remembered. There is a couple places. One is the library, because there is a room that is permanently in a area of silence spell. And that's where a lot of the people can get away with talking through sign language.
Alright.
Because no paladin wants to go in there because they can't cast their spells. And no spellcasters can get away with it.
Fair enough. Well,
So there's a lot of people in there if they're looking for work. You also can hit up the prison.
And how do we do something like that?
Oh, I don't know, man. My brain is foggy at the moment.
I pull out another platinum.
Well, you can get arrested for one. That's an easy way. Or you can, sign up to be paladins, take an oath of Mrrrphl, and then you can, just volunteer for prison duty.
I don't think my goddess would be much appreciative of that.
I'm sorry.
Is there a third option?
I mean, you can always just run in and break people out of prison.
Yes.
But I did hear about a secret entrance. But I'm not 100% sure if it's true. Yeah, this is on the house. Because I don't know. Some say there's a secret entrance that only the High Father knows about. That takes him from the church to the deepest part of the prison where there's a cell. And then that cell has a door on the other side of it that only he can unlock that takes him to the rest of the prison. But I don't know. That's only rumors I heard when I inherited this gig.
Good to know for future knowledge, that's for certain.
Yeah.
And
so the library seems to be our best bet. Unless there's another place.
He kind of rubs his head a little bit. I don't
know. I think we'll go with the library.
Okay.
And
word of caution.
Aye.
Watch out for the High Father. I get a weird vibe from him.
I already planned to. His face makes me want to punch it.
Right? I said the same thing until he came and talked to me. Then I felt really weird around him, like a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Oh.
And I'm straight. I have a wife and 7 children.
Oh, congratulations.
For what? I hate it!
Oh, come on.
My pull-out game is weak, ma'am. No thank you.
At the same time, isn't it at least rewarding to have those little ones?
Yes, the little ones that take all of my hard-earned money and spend it on shit that I purposely stole. Yes.
And what about the pictures and the I love you daddies?
I'm sorry, you must think that, I like the idea of settling down.
Fair enough. Not everyone does.
About settling for things, aside from looking for work within the library, are there areas in which we can look for item procurements that is off the tax books?
Well, the best bet is the magic crazy man. I don't know his name, he's fucking crazy. But
we've already talked to him.
Oh, I'm sorry. But rumor also has it that there is an armory stashed somewhere in the church that when they took over, they confiscated all of the king's magical items before they beheaded the king. But I don't know. That was 500 years ago. I was just, a thing, and my dad is undecided.
Mm.
Interesting. All right.
Anything else?
Hmm. Any particular rumors that we should be looking out for?
He kind of rubs his head a bit. Depends on the, how much you want to clear my fog.
I give him another platinum.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, rumor. Yeah, a few nights ago, the big dude in the heavy metal armor, you know who I'm talking about with the lion helm?
Yeah.
Yeah, Archbishop Hood. Yeah. He's second in command. Rumor has it, he kicked all the homeless out one night of the church because they're normally, letting the homeless live there for free as long as they, participate in, communal work. Basically be free to pay altar boys. Rumor has it he kicked them all out and moved something in there. I don't know what.
Really?
That's what I heard. The homeless were talking about it for a while. They were all kicked out for 8 hours. And they said that they haven't really seen the father leave except for today from the church. It's weird. Yeah, I don't fucking get it. Dude's weird. Making me feel all warm and fuzzy and shit. As he puts plates in front of you. There's the UNT special. Bon appetito.
I'll take a bite.
It is snake.
This is rather good. Did you want a bite, love?
Of course, I'm always interested in trying something new.
While you two are eating, we are now over at the two people wandering into the bar.
There wouldn't be a bar if this place is run by the church.
You're in the first bar that you picked.
Yep.
Depends on the church.
No, true.
Jake, based on the people that are inside, do any of them even seem like they are the less than desirable sort, the sort that would actually do crime if they were asked?
Give me a perception and insight.
Okay.
Because you will be judging them based on character, because you're prejudiced. So, perception-wise, everyone looks kind of common, like common folk. Insight-wise, you see some are a little, you get a little bit of an off feel about for a couple, but you think everyone is, they're people. They may say no, they may say not.
We have, I whisper to Real that we have to be very careful about what we say and to whom. To start out with, remember that we are mercenaries. We'll see how they react to that and then take it from there.
Based on my insight, can I kind of point out who might be the best candidates?
Yeah, you can point about 4 of them.
It seems like those individuals might be the easiest to talk to, at least based on how they're sitting. The other ones are a little bit more difficult.
We'll ask them some questions, and if we don't like their answers, then we'll have to move on. Wonder if Rose is... Did Rose and Syvyan say when they'd be back?
Well, we didn't tell them that we would be here, so...
Yes. Fine.
They
probably went back towards the ship.
Probably after they eat.
Alright. So, I guess we'll go over and talk to the one guy.
There's 4 of them. One is a tiefling.
One is a human, another one is a Goliath, and the third one is a female drow.
This seat taken?
Which one are you talking to?
Is there? I mean, is there an empty seat that I can gesture to?
Yeah, they're all sitting by themselves.
Okay. Well, then I gesture to the empty seat.
Okay. Which one are you talking to?
Are they not sitting in a? Oh,
No.
I thought you said they were sitting in a group.
No, they're not sitting in a group.
Okay. Sorry.
Way to be observant.
Miscommunication there.
Yes, they're sitting in a group, all alone. They're all sitting alone in groups.
I mean, that's more possible than you might think. Anyway, I guess we'll start with the tiefling.
That's right.
Hello. Top of the morning to you.
And how are you today?
I am quite swelmed, not overwhelmed, and not underwhelmed. How can I help you?
Morning is kind of a... Well, we're a group of freelance mercenaries and bounty hunters. We recently lost some crew in an attack by sea monsters, unfortunately. We're wondering if you know anyone who would be interested in work.
I mean, what are you paying?
What are your skills?
Well, for starters, I am good with a bow. I am good with a spear. I am good with a shield. And I am really good at making you believe that I have an invisible hand around me at all times.
I'm sorry, what?
I have an invisible hand around me at all times that I can use.
Oh shit, he has an invisible hand around him at all times.
Oh shit, he does. In fact, it's on your shoulder right now.
Is that so?
Yes! Do you want me to tug on your shirt?
Not particularly.
Okay. Do you want a wedgie? Do you want me to give him a wedgie?
No, thank you.
That would be unwise.
Well, do you want me to use my invisible hand? Do you want me to touch you?
Move that cup over there.
Over where?
At the other table.
Okay. Where do you want me to put it?
On that other guy's head.
Whoa. You're trying to ensue a bar fight when there's a paladin at the door?
You don't need to go that far. Just move it a couple of inches so we can notice it.
What if I move it under?
That's fine.
Yeah. Do you want me to move it under?
Sure.
And you see the cup move as he wiggles his eyebrows. And it moves and falls off the table. You see that shit? I can do that with my mind.
I did see that shit.
Hell yeah, you did.
If you don't mind me asking, you seem to be interested enough. Do you happen to know any people that might also be interested?
Hell no, I just got out of prison.
Oh. What were you in for?
Jaywalking.
They put people in prison for that.
Of course.
I walked in front of the high priest man.
Oh, yeah, that would.
And instead of saying sorry, I was like, watch where you were fucking going. And then the paladin decked me, and I was in jail for a week.
What were you? What were you before the prison sentence?
Before, I was a freelance con artist.
Really?
Well, yeah. Do you know how often I can get away with my invisible hand?
So you're a thief.
Whoa,
Oh.
whoa, sir. I am not no thief.
Oh,
what I do is art.
I see. So you are a purloiner of inattentively monitored goods.
Sure. But when it comes to combat, I'm really good at using my invisible hand to push things and then stab things with my normal hands. I'm like a three-hand man.
So, since you've been to the jail, what was your experience like in there? Meet any interesting
fucking
people?
shitty. the paladins get pissed. They come in your cell and you're like confined and stuff, and then they beat you to a bloody pulp just because they are like pissed off at the job or some shit. Dickheads.
I'm sorry, but I have to ask this.
Paladins seem real popular around here.
Have you ever used your invisible hand to pleasure yourself?
For 200 gold, I can make you feel it.
No, thank you. I was just curious.
I fucking hate you.
What?
Does it feel like a stranger is doing it, or do you have like full control and feeling of the hand?
Shh, embrace it. So, you're mercenary. All right, I got 3 conditions if you want me to join your crew.
All right.
1, I get paid every week.
Okay.
2, don't ask questions about what I do on shore leave.
We never do.
3, if I get arrested, please bail me out.
Depends on
Seems
how bad the situation is.
I make
You
no
kill
promises.
somebody. I'm
Whoa,
sure.
I do not kill people if they accidentally fall into a blade. Then that is a different outcome.
Of course. Hazard of the job and all that.
Yeah, of course. See, he understands.
These things happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've certainly impressed me, I must say. The
Good.
trick with the invisible hand and everything.
Good.
So, here you are. My personal assistant, second in command, Morgan, will come and give you your final dispensation once we've made our rounds.
Okay.
Where can we find you once we're ready to set sail?
Here.
Oh, so you're just always here?
Yeah?
Do you
I'm
live
kinda
here?
staying. No, I don't live here. The fuck? I just got out. I'm staying here.
Oh. Alright.
I have a room.
So sometimes, Captain, you're a little strange.
What's your name, dude? You didn't give me a name if you're trying to hire me. This is a really weird interview process. I don't understand.
This is Captain Graves.
Okay. And who are you?
I'm Ryoma. I'm just a sword.
You don't look like an inanimate object.
You'd be surprised.
Holy shit.
I
Magic hand.
pull off my hand and I'm like, this is my magic hand.
If I had one, I'd have 4 hands. I am Ichabod.
Okay, Ichabod.
So do I have a job?
You just might. I'll see what my assistant has to say about it, and you will be contacted before we leave. Try not to disappear before that happens.
Okay. So is that a no?
You will be hired. We're just not ready to leave town yet.
Oh, okay, good. He pulls out a bag and puts it down the table and pushes it to you. That's yours.
See? What did I tell you? If this is lighter by even a single copper...
Bro, if you're carrying copper, I don't want to be employed by you.
Metaphor. Never mind. Anyway, the point is, it's bad practice to rob potential employers.
Well, if they tell you no, then is it a potential employer?
He does have you there. I'm gonna check my bag.
He didn't touch yours.
Okay, cool.
You also don't dress fancy.
I'm not interested.
That is true. I don't dress fancy.
Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you. Like I said, my assistant will contact you when you're ready to leave and give you instructions as to where to report.
Awesome. I'll see you around, Captain.
Indeed.
Well, that's one. One down, 3 to go.
We got... Well, I hesitate to say we got lucky. I am not entirely sure what that encounter was, but he seems useful enough.
He seems interesting.
That's one way to put it.
I'm sure that most of the people we'll meet are interesting in their own way.
Okay. Who else did you point out?
I point to the woman and then the 2 other guys.
Right. Before I leave, I am going to count the money that he gave back to me.
There is not a single cent taken.
An honest thief. That's rare.
I feel like I should take offense to that.
Well, he's not.
You
He's
hear
not
in
a
the background, I'm not a thief.
No, he's an eavesdropper.
You're literally talking right in front of me. You
Yeah, we're literally
motherfucker.
right. He's like a foot away from us.
I thought we had walked further away from than that.
You're in a bar.
You're a really bad captain.
Unless you specify you are going farther away, it is assumed you are there.
Well, now I know that. Thank you.
Everything is assumed unless you say otherwise.
Cool.
Well, how about you start with the other 2, the men, and I'll start with the woman.
Very well.
Who wants to go first?
I'll start with the woman.
All right, you approach a female drow.
Hello,
Hello.
miss. I am Ryoma Atosai. I am a member of a traveling mercenary group with Captain Graves, that man over there, talking to the other weird guy.
Okay.
I was wondering if you would be interested in a position on our ship. It was recently vacated of a few of our members due to sea monsters.
Okay.
Well, would you be interested in work
So
on our ship?
my life would be in danger daily?
Not daily.
Pretty regularly.
Okay. Sure, why not? Sounds fun.
No questions about compensation or anything like that.
I mean, it's better than being a barmaid.
That's true. Other than, well, to be honest, none of the crew we currently have really has any skills, so asking what skills you do have is kind of a pointless question.
Okay. I gotta get back to my shift soon, so I'll be here. I work here every day.
Okay, well, I'll send somebody to come pick you up.
Okay. Thank
Her
you.
name's Morgan.
My name is D. D-E-E.
Is your last name's Nuts?
Got him!
No.
No.
Leave it here.
My last name is Hui. H-U-A.
D-Way?
I'm gonna get you for that one.
I hate my fucking life.
No, you don't.
Anyways, yeah, I'll be here. Take care. Gotta go to work. Bye.
Perfect. Bye.
All right, Balric. Which one are you approaching? The Goliath or the human?
I'll start with the Goliath.
He turns to you with a full beard. What do you want?
Oh. I remember captain of a mercenary and freelance.
20 words or less.
I'm sorry, what?
20 words or less.
I'm hiring mercenaries. Do you do mercenary work?
Do I get to hit things?
Yes,
Do I get to
regularly.
hit stacks with things?
What you do in your private time is your business.
Can I do it on the boat?
Not with other crew members, unless they consent, then I guess I'll overlook it.
What if we all do it on the poop deck?
If you know what? I will not ask any questions as long as you do your job.
What would be my job?
To hit things, mostly. Especially when they attack the ship.
So I get to smash things?
Yes.
Fuck it, I'm in.
Great.
What's your name?
Captain Graves.
Alright. Sounds good.
Wonderful. My assistant Morrigan will be by to collect you when we're about to leave town.
Sounds good.
Great.
Can I smash her too?
No.
Why?
I can feel the tension as he's trying not to say she's mine to smash. That reaction tells me I'm right.
Tell you what. Ask her that question and see how it goes for you.
Hell yeah, they don't call me three-legged Johnson for nothing. Alright, bye, little man. Or I gotta call you Captain now, right? Bye, Captain,
Yes.
little man.
This town. Alright. I walk over to where the human is. Is Rioma done talking to the drow by this point?
I am.
Yeah, cool. I wave him over.
Yeah, so she seems to be in.
Interesting. People are very quick to join us, which is unexpected.
Well, imagine that your life was living here in a town where paladins tell you exactly what to do and how to live your life, and there's very little room for mistakes.
Fair point.
This human has orange hair, a red eye, and a green eye, and he's wearing very fancy clothes.
Just
Hello.
like you, Captain.
Sorry. I thought there was an emergency. Anyway. So what does this human look like?
Orange hair, red eye, green eye, fancy clothes.
Huh. Fancy clothes. What kind of fancy?
Like, you're fancy.
I'm not that fancy. Alright. I guess we approach him.
Hello.
Hi. Who are you?
Jason.
Jason. I'm Captain Graves. I represent a mercenary company.
Okay.
We are hiring, as some of our crew were recently slain by sea monsters. Very nasty business. Have you done any mercenary work?
I did mercenary work from time to time for the paladins.
How well did they pay you?
I mean, 30 gold a day.
Oh, very generous. What was your experience of working for them?
Combat.
No, I mean, what do you think of the paladins themselves? It seems to be, well, we're not too familiar with this area, and the paladins seem to be popular with some and less popular with others.
I mean, they're just doing their job. Can't say
Fair
anything
enough.
bad, can't say anything good, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I suppose as long as you stay out of their way, they're not too much trouble, eh?
Yeah, you understand.
So, what kind of things did they hire you to do? Kind of operations?
Well, I just got back from a job about a week or 2-3 days ago. My cousin offered me to be paid, and I helped them take out some pirates on a beach.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pirates, you say? Particularly dangerous?
I mean, they're pirates. It's
No.
kind of a criminal offense, even though they have the guild. But the church is dealing with them when they can.
There's pirates, and then there's pirates. If you take my meaning.
No, I actually don't understand your meaning. Can you elaborate?
What I mean is, not all pirates are equally dangerous. So, are we talking like small-time pirates, or the serious kind?
Rumor has it that they were the crew that attacked a halfling outpost under the Captain Roberts. And we didn't find Captain Roberts, or at least any remark of him or his body, so he must not have been there, or they're not actually his pirates. So we killed him.
Oh, that's quite impressive.
I mean, when you don't have a leader, unless the leader was some other person, kind of easy to pick apart.
Well, I would have expected more from the crew of Captain Roberts.
Like I said, it was a proclaimed thing. It may not have even been his real crew.
No prisoners, then?
Not to my knowledge.
Well.
And if they were thrown into the caravan and taken back to the town.
That's reassuring. We don't often take prisoners in our line of work, unless, the reward specifically says they must be brought in alive, that sort of thing.
Fair.
So, have you, aside from the business with the pirates, what other work have you done? Any bounty hunting?
Yes, I've done some bounty hunting.
Independently or as part of a larger group?
A part of a larger group. I once killed a beholder. In a group, of course. I cannot kill one by myself. I'm not that strong. And I've also killed some demons.
You killed a demon?
Well, they were imps, but demons nonetheless.
Well, still impressive. But you're not a paladin yourself.
Not to my knowledge. Not to a god. I don't follow religion. They just pay good coin.
Given that Trout can't imagine that he comes cheap either.
I would expect not. Still, I mean, to kill a demon without the powers of a paladin is impressive. But I'm afraid you may be outside our price range. Would you happen to know anyone else who's perhaps a little less overqualified?
I mean, what's your price range?
Well, a majority of the people that we lost were ship hands. I don't know if we need somebody that can slay demons to help us pull down a sail or row a boat.
Well, you do contracts, right?
Occasionally.
So what do you do in the meantime when you don't do contracts?
Well, roll into town, find a few wanted posters, snatch a few up, look around, see what we can find, turn it in for the coin. That's our general way of operating when we don't have an explicit contract.
Where do you get your explicit contracts from?
Well, whoever's looking to bring in some fugitives. Haven't worked with the paladins yet, though. We're not that high level.
But this man just said he does it from time to time, not all the time. So you must do something other times. So what do you do?
I just told you.
Well,
you know
that's
how it is when
conflicting
you
information.
you know how it is when you're an adventurer. You come into town. Sometimes people need help, and they will go out of their way to ask you for it. And sometimes you come into establishments like this or other places in an attempt to find work.
I see. Okay, sure.
Yes. Like I said, we haven't gotten up to a level where we're employed by the paladins of Mrrrphl yet. But I think in time, they might take notice of us.
Maybe. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I will be joining your crew for the base rate. I will do my best to move up in the ranks. But on a job, I ask for an additional 5% for dealing with contracts.
All right. I will have to look at my books and see if we can afford that.
All right. I will be here for a few more days before I go see if they have more contracts, and if they do, I'll probably be out with my cousin.
All right. Your cousin?
Yeah, he's the one that recruited me for the paladin job.
Are you two like a package deal?
No, he's just the one that tells me about a job. I go down, I sign up, and they pay me per day.
Okay, good. For a second there, I thought our potential expenses just doubled.
Nope.
Well, thank you for your information.
Of course. And your name again was Graves, you said?
The very same.
Perfect. I hope to hear from you soon, Graves.
Indeed. Right. Realm, let's be off. We have other places to investigate.
Yeah, well, most likely we should try to find our other friends.
That would be helpful, yes.
At this point, we'll say it's about evening time.
Okay. So we're going to go and try to find Rose and Syvyan.
Okay. Rose and Syvyan, are you heading to a tavern?
I would have liked for us to go to the library, but I got a feeling neither of us know sign language.
Sign language is also thieves' cant.
Oh,
Thieves' cant is
I
not
know.
sign language.
yeah, it's written.
It not always. It is actually a form of somewhat sign.
It's more like markings or jargon.
Yeah, thieves' cant covers the markings and the catch my drift, meaning something without meaning something.
Mob
Like-
speak.
Like, for instance, the Yuan Tea special. Someone else would say Yuan Tea special.
I know, but I had recently read up on it, and I had found that it was also hand signs as well.
I get that, but in this world, that is not the case. At least not yet.
Okay.
Interesting.
Then yeah, we would need to go. Actually, I would start heading back to
The ship.
the ship to try and find Graves to see if he's got anyone on the crew that knows sign language.
And Chris, to answer your question, it would be normal to go there, but because of the conversation and everything, and the eating and the prepping of the food, probably about getting close to evening time. And then the library closes about midday.
Fair. Gotcha. All right. So I guess, yeah, we're heading back to the ship.
All right.
So
Okay.
probably bump into them as they're leaving the tavern.
Probably.
Verkon, are you heading back to the ship?
I mean, once he's got all the stuff, there's only one place to go. Back to the ship so he can start working on stuff.
You see Verkon being a man about things, carrying all these bags at once without multiple trips?
Like a man.
And you see Ace walking back very relaxed.
There she is. And not a single thing on fire. Amazing. It's a miracle.
No. I saw the fire back there. I think it was the magic shop. It was
Oh
small.
dear.
Verkon, would you like some assistance with carrying that?
He
Well, I don't
is
look like I need assistance.
he is improbably strong for a gnome.
Well, as I had said, it's Verkon, and he managed to throw one of our friends over a river.
So you mentioned, and so I'm still trying to believe.
There's other things
I
he's
point
done.
to Verkon carrying the large bag.
I mean, I swam to your ship with a forge on my back. Is this really that hard to believe?
Yeah.
And I bear witness to
It's
some of his
astounding.
uncharacteristically amazing
By the
feats of
way,
strength.
Captain, is there anyone
Yes.
aboard the ship who knows sign language?
I think. Do any of my crew know sign language?
I don't know. Have you ever had the need to ask them?
I'm sure it might have come. It might have come up. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what circumstances.
Yeah,
you
when
might
you
need
think
sign
of a
language on the ship.
logical circumstance, get back to me.
I mean, it may have been part of his small talk with his first mate,
Giggity.
or pillow talk.
Yeah, pillow talk. Anyways.
Hey, honey, you know sign language? Sign me something sexy.
I hate it here. I hate all of this.
6'9".
My
Okay,
immediate
like,
sign
maybe-
language was the shocker. Like, I'm out.
Maybe there was a situation in which we needed to move stealthily, so some of the crew had to communicate by sign language.
That would be like military gestures, like hold or move. What do you... Stop, you're reaching. Anyways, carry on.
I guess it
Let's-
is kind of a reach.
Let's get back to the ship and discuss things further from there.
Indeed.
Let's see, sign language.
You guys go to the ship?
Tools. All right. And I'm assuming they've stopped working on it for the day.
Yes.
Great.
You do see two paladins, though, near the ramp.
Gentlemen,
They step to the side.
excellent security around here, if nothing else.
Indeed.
All right.
Syvyan just boards, ignoring them.
I would like to speak with you all below decks.
Of course.
That's where my forge is. So of course I'll be below decks.
Okay. Once we get below decks, I ask for everyone who has some kind of water-breathing ability to raise their hand.
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 Points to the cloak as he's setting stuff down.
Oh, yeah, she's got the ring.
I has the ring.
Aren't you also a shapeshifter?
Shapeshifters
That
don't
doesn't
get those
necessarily
abilities.
mean that I can breathe underwater.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
really?
they just get the physical
Dang.
appearance. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
if they turn into an Aarakocra, they're wingless birds. Technically, she can't turn into a mermaid.
Ah, I see.
You also can't you can't give yourself extra limbs. So
Yeah, and you can't
Yeah.
go one size bigger or one size smaller. You're
I think
permanently medium.
Aarakocra actually fall out of
Okay.
that because they have the
Right.
wings. So
Yeah.
unless you make a story like you had them cut off.
Well, they rule that you can become a flightless bird.
Well, I do have my
Okay.
wings as a tiefling. It's just that they don't work.
Ah.
No, you do not get them because, like I said, you cannot get extra limbs.
Right, so I'm walking around as a wingless tiefling. Well,
Mhm.
that's going to be interesting for me. Anyways,
Okay. Very well. Syvyan, can you cast a spell that grants water breathing?
Yes, I do believe I can provide that benefit.
To how many people at once?
Let me see what I can do. Actually, gonna have to. I don't remember if I can or not. I know I could do water walk. I don't remember if that is a cleric spell or not. Oh, my bad, it is not a cleric spell. No, but an artificer spell, on the other hand, if you took it.
Okay, so in that case, the two people who don't have water breathing, how long can you hold your breath?
My question is, why is it pertinent?
Because if we want to be absolutely certain that we're not going to be overheard, it might be helpful to go somewhere where the vast majority of people won't be able to eavesdrop on us, if you catch my meaning.
Why don't you just enchant, these quarters to prevent...
I've been meaning to, but I don't have that ability at present. I am a sorcerer, not a wizard.
Well, why can't we just talk in a manner that wouldn't be incriminating?
It's paladins. You never know what's incriminating and what isn't.
Either way, it's not going to matter. If you can't breathe underwater, you can't talk underwater.
But they can listen.
Not really.
Not very well.
Your ears don't work very well underwater.
I suppose we'll just have to be extremely circumspect for the moment. But anyway, our mercenary crew has 3 potential new members. I shall have Morrigan give them a secondary interview before we leave. As for when we leave, looks like the ship's repairs are going to take even longer than expected. Up to 3 weeks. Of course, they're willing to expedite it if we pay them extra, which, by the way, we can't currently afford to do.
DM can't. I thought you said it was 1 week, not 3.
Yeah, he said 1 week.
Oh, I thought I had 3 weeks. My bad.
Okay.
No, it was 1 week, or he could expedite it to like 3 days.
3 days. Right. Cool.
How short on finances are we?
Well, I paid him some of the money up front, but I was short by... How much did you say I was short by? 200?
200 plat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the only way to know exactly how short we are would be to wait until tomorrow after we get the items we purchased.
Indeed.
Are you really all so poor?
Well, I have 250 platinum, personally.
Just looks over at Graves. You owe me 200 plat, slaps it down on the table.
Verkon.
If it was merely a matter of using our personal funds, then it wouldn't be as difficult a predicament. But the books... Never mind.
Verkon, may I borrow a piece of paper and a quill?
Yes, rip.
And now you say you have done crew hunting in the inns, yes?
Yes, we recruited a human, a Goliath, a tiefling, and a female drow.
We did not recruit the human, actually. Remember? He was expensive.
Well, he said that he could come at the starting rate.
Yes, but he also said he had recently worked for the paladins.
Yes, but if the paladins paid us, wouldn't we?
We have a situation then, don't we, dear?
Yes, about that. I have written down on the piece of paper, I have received information that we should go to the library in order to search for work, as there is an area that is under a silence spell, hence the need for someone who can hand sign.
I have been wanting to catch up on my reading, but wouldn't writing also suffice?
That leaves evidence.
That and the fact that I'm pretty sure paladins can read.
Depends on the language it's written in.
The concerning bit that we need to worry about is that The church has agents posing as hirelings in the taverns, looking for work.
That's to be
Looking
expected.
for pirates.
Well, we are not pirates. We are mercenaries. Mercenarying
I was
and
just
bounty
warning
hunting
you,
is a
Captain.
perfectly legal profession.
Speak
Oh,
for
yes,
yourself.
but I was
I'm always freelance.
true. I was just deciding to warn you, Captain, as pirates is indeed grave news.
Hmm. Yes. Well, I appreciate that.
Considering you have guards posted outside your ship, I'd recommend you be careful with this former church mercenary.
Hmm. I informed him that he was most likely too expensive for us, which is evidently truer than I thought.
Well, since we have time, we must do something to correct your ship's income.
Hmm. Yes,
There.
we'll have to do something about that.
You found 200 platinum. You put the 200 platinum in it. It's solved.
No,
Pay for the ship. Get it solved.
Verkon, that only solves the repairs. It didn't solve the fact that his coffers are completely empty to pay the
Well,
crew later on.
I expect that once we've done some work, that problem will remedy itself. In the meantime, the crew has been paid. They're not expecting their next disbursement for some time.
True,
Let's just
but
hope they
any
don't
new
spend it.
hires. True, but any new hires are probably going to expect to be paid on arrival, sort of thing.
You're paid for work, not for coming in.
True.
No. I think our most immediate concern is being able to operate freely. After all, who knows what kind of regulations and other fees the Church of Mrrrphl may impose on people who do our kind of work, even if it's not banned outright.
True. So shall we check out the library tomorrow?
We should.
I've heard-
I'm also interested in the prison. I've heard some very interesting rumors about it.
As
Oh,
have
really?
we.
Oh, yeah.
It seems
Well,
the Grandmaster, or whatever it is he is called, as rumor has it, has access to a secret level of the prison that only he can access.
Very strange for the Grand Master of the Church of Mrrrphl to be interested in such low life. Very odd indeed.
Special criminals, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Or a secret in which that belongs to the church that only the Grand Master is allowed to have access to.
The more I see. Well, perhaps we'll have to pay our respects to the church at some point.
The only reason why I'd even give any form of inclination to such a thing is because of Dante.
You must be
Beyond
very careful because it seems that anyone who even mentions him is under suspicion.
indeed, but
And how about we refer to him as Pip?
beyond that, however,
Well,
we have no care or concern for the church, other than to stay out of their way.
well, I wouldn't go that far. It might be worth a visit to, as I said, pay our respects. Who knows? Perhaps we will find an unexpected blessing.
Be careful how
Really?
far you step in, Graves. You might find something you're not wanting.
That's possible.
We already have enough eyes watching us, and many of them bare teeth.
You're not wrong. Very well. Tomorrow morning, we'll do some more reconnaissance, starting with the library. See what we can unearth amongst the bookshelves.
Y'all have fun with that. I'm gonna be building.
Aye.
Don't worry, I won't blow the ship up yet.
Oh, speaking of which, what exactly are you working on?
Arms and legs.
I point over to our friend who has no arms and one leg.
Hey,
but like,
I've been here the entire time. Thanks for asking.
What?
Yeah, let me just
What?
walk around town.
That's not what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, why on earth is the process of making mechanical limbs liable to blow up anything, let alone my ship? Is it really that complex?
No, it's not these. It's all those. As he points to the massive collection of bags.
Hey,
And what
Captain
is
dude.
that? Yes.
I got one question. Can we get a new boat?
When one makes itself available. Yes.
Well,
A new-
okay.
A new boat's very expensive.
Yeah, but hear me out. The Naval Armada's right around the corner.
Are you suggesting we commandeer?
I think that is what he's suggesting. And
It would save us 200 platinum.
it would.
A danger.
But that would be an operation that would take very careful planning and precise execution.
Well, you seem like a guy who likes to overthink things. I think you can do it.
Who?
I'm in agreement with that.
Make me my arm and leg and hand, and I will open a can of whoop ass of 9 hells upon them.
Okay. So,
Verkon is doing his best.
whose naval armada is it?
The church, I think.
I
They're
mean,
the one
who
that
else is
kicked our
working?
asses.
I think the primary
So-
issue we're going to run into is that what if people end up dying and then we need to replace crew again?
Well, get more people.
Well,
I
like I
mean-
said, very careful plan.
I mean, we could always blow up the chantry. I mean, church.
Anyways, I need my pain meds. And he slaps his head on the the boat and falls down unconscious.
Beautiful.
He's very sturdy, I'll give him that.
I'm not entirely convinced that acquiring a new ship in that manner from those people is of our best interest. As I just suggested, we must be cautious on making new enemies.
Yes, I think it would probably go poorly for us if we attempted to persuade the paladins to let us borrow one of their ships.
If we're immediately going out on sea, couldn't we commandeer a ship out there?
Potentially.
That would be our better suggestion.
But, about the church.
What about it? You not
I
release
think
graves.
I have the seed of an idea, but a seed needs watering.
I hope it doesn't require watering with fire and explosion.
Fire?
No.
But
Ace, calm down.
but arson.
Oh, hey. Snags paper from Rose.
Alright.
Have fun.
So let's
Wait, what?
Fun. Have fun.
let's take account on how many we have to concern ourselves with current enemies. We have the remnants of the Shahaugan race that have not yet been exterminated by my people. We have the re-emergence of the Selashan, which are even more terrifying than the Shahaugan. We have Zarek, who is aligned with both them and this Phoenix group. which,
Yes.
as we have seen, seems to have ties to every known nation.
And we've
Correction
potentially
on
made
that.
enemies of the entire Pirate Brotherhood. Yes, I know.
Correction on that. I think he's been hired by that Phoenix group. The group that he actually belongs to is the one that sought him out that had the two sides.
Aye, and then there's that group as well, which we're going to have to assume that they are enemies of us, considering they're the ones you say have taken the scroll and brought Zarek back, and then I guess they're the ones who hired them to kill me. And I can only imagine that they possibly, through some convoluted shite, have been hired by the Phoenix group because they know I'm looking for them.
Yeah,
Or
so
they just don't like us.
let's collect our items tomorrow. Go to the library, check out some books.
Hmm.
And then, once we leave, we'll find another ship.
Whatever y'all do, just give me 2 days, starting tomorrow.
You
It's
will
going
have-
to take a week for the ship to be fixed anyway, so you'll have
You
your
will have all of the time you need.
Give me 2 days, starting tomorrow. Anything else, there might be slight explosions. I don't know.
You will have your 2 days.
And I would
Just-
like to look into the idea of speaking with these nation leaders, which as I'm beginning to understand more and more that it is this church's grand headmaster, but with the way these talks are going, I'm beginning to wonder whether or not that is even going to be a good idea.
By the way, you do know who he is,
Back.
right?
Oh, I'm
And
aware.
already- Yeah.
Hey, Verkon.
Go ahead.
Given the nature of our job, would it be possible for you to recreate the cloak that you have?
I mean, time, money, and
If I
material.
provided the materials and money, obviously.
Yes. I can make
Alright.
lots of things.
Just get me a list of materials, and I will take it from there.
So, fish stick, why am I not allowed to burn things?
It's not time yet.
We'll set things on fire later. Also,
Mhm.
speaking of fire, Verkon, please do your best not to blow yourself up while you're setting off the explosive.
Well, by that
Am
point,
I going to have an explosive, buddy?
by the point that I could blow stuff up, I already know how to make a new arm. So if I lose my arm, I'll just make a new one. Might be a little bit more difficult with one arm, but I can do it.
I think I'm more concerned about you losing a few fingers, since that one's more likely. Start with small explosions,
Here.
work your way up to the big ones.
What's
He's just
the
sitting
fun in
there.
that?
He's sitting there looking at his hands like, fingers would be easier to even make. Yeah.
Hey, Graves.
Yes.
I think I just gave him an idea.
The
Oh, no.
interviews with these potential recruits. Now you are saying you're going to have Morrigan give them a second interview.
She's a very good judge of character. She'll catch anything I missed.
Well, more she'll catch anything that I missed.
Is it just her innate judgment, or does she have additional powers that allow her to see into people?
If you're saying that you would prefer to do something like a spell that would get the truth from them, if you could potentially do that since you're
If
a cleric.
If you would like to accompany her, you're welcome to. But Morrigan has a certain set of skills that make her particularly suited to this. But like I said, if you wish to accompany her, you're more than welcome to.
Having
More.
somebody that can use that type of magic definitely wouldn't hurt.
Certainly. In the meantime, would you like to go for a swim? I feel like a swim.
It is nightfall at this point.
I'm going to
I think
sleep.
that
I have devil sight.
I think that I would actually like some rest and some quality time with my husband.
You heard the
Now work morning.
I won't stop you.
I'm gonna go sleep on deck.
Speaking of, it'd be a good idea if we do a head count to make sure that the majority of the crew actually made it back to the ship from their shore leave.
It might
I
still be
mean-
out there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
might still be out.
They're probably not going to report back until we're about to leave.
Do they
But-
even know when that is?
Well, they're with Morgan, so
Morgan will stay on top of it.
You put a lot of faith in your first mate.
Well, of
course
course
he
I do. That's
does.
why she's my first mate. But yes,
When was the last time you spoke with her?
right before we left.
So then she's not aware of the updates on the weekly repairs.
I will make her aware of it.
we'll have to go talk to her tomorrow. That's what that means.
Well, if she doesn't make it back to the ship by then for you to speak with, let me know and I will contact her.
Yeah. Well, she told me where to find her. It shouldn't be hard. No.
Well then.
While you all tuck in, I'm going to take a quick dip, take a look around, make sure no shady characters have followed us. And I'll see you all in the morning.
You best be careful in the water, Graves.
Oh, well, after what I've seen, I'll definitely make sure of it.
So, you do a dip. There's nothing there. Everyone goes to bed.
We do another dip.
You do a dip. As you're sleeping, Syvyan, you blink. You're in an arena.
Shit.
And you're sitting there. And you see a woman who has a weapon that matches your own. And you look down and you see a fight ensuing. And you see 5 figures sitting in front of you. And beside you, you see a young drow. And he looks at you. You will learn before I kill you what I've become. As you see the drow looking dead at you while everyone else is doing their own thing like it's a moment of time, and you see on him the symbol of the hand with 2 sides drenched in blood with a coin. I'm coming, Syvyan. It's your throat that'll be slit next time. But you're going to know my pain and what you took from me. Sleep tight, fish. She'll be a widow soon. And we're going to call session there.